Bro, Mimic Brew like showed Cerulege SIR
Icon.
prismatic evolution. The chart, oof, that hurt right here.
It's I didn't even see it.
It'll go back up.
No English for me
Uh,
on that one.
I don't even know what the actual price was. I just saw the chart and I was like,
I think it was at 250 when
man,
it first came out.
it was at what,
Like
150?
250. So I mean, it had room to drop for sure.
Let me check.
I believe so.
But that is by no means a reflection on Cerulege as a Pokemon.
Oh no, you're not gonna hurt my feelings.
It's just prismatic,
Unless
and
you're
I
talking
expect
shit
it
for
to
me. You
grow.
talking shit about Sarah Ledge?
Hell
You
no,
know
I
somebody
like it.
is? You gonna tell me?
Oh, you know what's gonna be a play later?
What?
Those freaking Master Balls.
You think so? Do you from what, English? I don't know.
That has to be Japanese. Yes, English, probably because think about it this way: if nobody grades them, if no one's interested in them, and they just kind of go to the Shadow Realm, and then they become low pop later in the future.
Maybe. Way later.
Especially Cinderella being popular,
Yeah. Let
I think that's like under rug pulling people,
me
basically.
pull our stream up so we can act like we got more people in here than we really do.
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, okay.
Welcome
Sup,
in,
gang?
everybody. Welcome in. No. So damn. Okay, you know that saying, where were you on 9/11? You remember where you were? Wait, you might have been in Honduras. Never mind.
I was in Tegucigalpa
Have you ever heard that though?
watching it on big boxy VHS TV.
Yeah, but you've heard that before though, right? Like people say that, maybe, possibly. Bays, what up?
Possibly, it's been a while.
Is it gonna be like, where were you when we bombed Iran? Holy shit! I'm just saying.
I'm just
Welcome
saying.
in. Welcome in. Strong start, right?
So, check this out if I can pull it up. I don't know if you have
Oh, I might have to
this
pull it.
card. Do you have this card, bro?
Wait, it's loading.
Are you ready?
Sarah Ledge, not the English version. It's not.
This okay, yeah,
It's not loading
yeah.
yet. There we go.
I saw Mimic Brew's video yesterday. I saw this.
There
And
we
I
go.
was like, wow,
Yeah, dude, it was up there.
that is impressive.
That scared me. The fucking flashing right there. Holy shit, dude. Well, I mean, could have guessed that was coming, huh? A little bit.
Oh yeah, definitely. I didn't think it was gonna hit that hard though.
Are the rest of the singles following suit? Transform.
Uh, Let me see. Yeah, they are in general.
Yeah.
But I mean, remember last week we were talking about how the Umbreon and the Umbreon sold for the same price in a PSA 10?
Oh yeah.
What's going on?
Was that after it got reprinted,
That must have been
redistributed?
before. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And now I bet the Chinese cards are gonna pop off. I've seen that the Chinese Umbreon, the one that it's sleeping, is
Is it
nine
doing well?
hundred bucks.
Oh really?
Pops in a PSA 10. Yeah.
Really? Is that why it's $900? Because I imagine it's pretty easy
It's
to pull
probably
on.
first to market, but um,
What are the other sets that go into it? Like you know how
bro,
like
that's the
the
thing. I
first
have
the
no.
first gym set had the earlier Scarlet and Violet sets in it. For sure Paldea. So I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
I haven't. Yeah, Prismatic's going down right now. Let's keep it.
Let me look it up.
and it'll keep going down for a little for longer.
Chinese gem box 2. And card list. There we go. Oh, my internet's being a little slow. A little slow boy tonight. What's going on? Okay, be a good host and share this. Gym box 2 full set. Oh, we got like some V's. That's Shining Fates trainer or promo. ETB promo, I believe. That's a Cosmos promo in English. That as well.
A lot of
Oh, that's like that.
everything's an evolution. Aren't some of those from like XY? No, no, no. That one's a Sword and Shield promo.
The one behind the tree, or this one is for sure.
That one,
the one at the
exactly.
beach. Louisville Skies
Okay,
VMAX.
yeah, you just passed the Umbreon that's sleeping.
Right.
There it is. That one apparently it's probably first to market, but it's pop 6 and just sold for 900
I mean, I
in a PS.
expected it to be pricey, but not $900. You know what I mean?
Right, bro. It's just an IR.
So it's got the penny. So they're trying to catch up. So is that? So it's full evolutions and a penny. Okay.
That is the best penny that no one ever saw. You
Let's
know
see.
that Umbreon was like non-existent in Scarlet and Violet before Prismatic. The only Umbreon that existed was the one that's in the penny. I think it's the
Mm-hmm.
IR from Forbidden Fates.
Yeah, that's how
And
they.
bro, during the hype process of Prismatic Evolution, I expected people to jump on that penny. No one jumped on that penny. I am so disappointed
Well, she's just.
in my Pokemon community.
Well, they just put her in the anime, so she might catch on just a little bit. And she's got like a.
Well,
She's got a
now
little
it's too late.
attitude to her, like a lazy attitude. So I think people will like her.
Isn't she relevant to like the plot? Because she's like,
She's like a.
I'm not gonna
She's
spoil
some
anything.
bookkeeper, maybe mysterious type of
Yeah,
like a
I
lore
mean,
keeper passed
there's a
down.
card in Powder Fates that spoils everything, I think.
Yeah.
And I haven't even finished the game, and I kind of already know because of that card, like what's gonna happen.
Um,
I'm not gonna say anything else. I don't
okay.
want to spoil it. Phases in the comment section.
Umbreon was in Obsidian Flames. Where? Which one?
Umbreon was in Obsidian Flames. When I say Umbreon was like not in other sets,
Stamped.
I mean like
Oh, you're tripping, base. But yeah, it does.
as IR or SIR, not as a hollow or non-hollow.
They had the GameStop. It was the Umbreon Espeon little thing going.
Oh,
That doesn't count. I mean, I
was that a
guess
pre-release
it's
or
like a
was it a?
set stamp. Buy so much and get this card.
Oh, yeah, I definitely can't count that. No, I just mean set wise.
Baze and Suge will be here later, guys. If you're waiting.
Well, he's here.
Oh yeah.
He's
Yeah.
here in the chat.
Yeah. True.
So yeah, I was telling Merc earlier that I'm a little worried about the new Luffy crossover with the Dodgers, the LA Dodgers, because of all the protests that have been going on recently.
God. Yeah.
And that this freaking promo is gonna be distributed on July 3rd, and I'm like,
Right there in the
I don't
middle of
know.
it.
We'll see what's gonna be on eBay. But I mean,
They'll be in the
if it's a
spirit for the game for sure.
bro,
Riled up.
it's gonna get interesting. I don't even know. But after everything that happened today, everyone's quiet as fuck.
Yeah, it's
So to
just
be honest,
sit and wait.
maybe people um, will stop, protesting, and like it'll be a
Maybe.
quiet, eventful next few weeks.
Or they
Just
get worse. Or the
that too.
yeah, I don't know.
And
We'll see what
and
they
then
were
all
really
the Dodgers
protesting for.
jerseys will be destroyed. All of them are gonna be sold as near mint, but they're all gonna be bent in half
Your poor
because they
cards.
were all traded
They're
to
gonna be
each other
thrown in
for
the
a moment.
air. You'll see them all scattered all over the streets. Yeah.
That would be
Poor One Piece
yeah.
promos.
That I honestly nothing surprises me
Sugar Bear,
at
what
this
up?
point.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey,
Does my mic sound weird?
No, you're good.
not compared
What's
to the
OBS doing?
Sounds clear. You're being camera shy.
Alright. No, I'm trying to figure out. Hold on. Just me being a
Smack it one
noob
time.
at computers. Video.
Boomer.
I know, right?
We got Adult Swim on tonight in the background with bumps. Just saying. Should have been
Nice.
there, guys. Should have been there. So, Shug,
Oh
what's
yeah, you see what
Oh, go ahead.
the problem is? I didn't hit virtual start virtual camera. I'm just sitting here like, what's wrong?
So,
oh,
what is
There we go.
the virtual camera thing?
So I plug my my camera into my computer, and then I go to OBS, and then I start virtual camera, and it's like sending the image to Discord. So
Okay.
all of my video goes through OBS to Discord. It doesn't go directly to Discord.
I guess both ways, maybe. I don't know.
Do you
No,
just
I'm
use your camera
I'm
directly on
screenshotting
Discord?
this. Yeah, but
Oh, really?
it's like I'm screen capturing our Discord right now.
Okay. But your camera, do you run your camera through OBS to Discord, or you just go directly to Discord with your camera?
I can log off OBS right now and still be on with you guys through the camera,
Oh, that's okay. So I can't do
or
that.
I can go to OBS and it's either. Yeah.
Anyway, what were you guys talking about?
State of the world.
Oh yeah.
What are you hearing
Yeah,
over
you-
there on your side?
Not a
How's it-
damn thing.
Just chilling.
Yeah, I was talking to AMPM a couple days ago about this. It's like, one of the reasons I love being here is because it's just quiet. I don't really hear anything about this, and kind of like it that way.
Hopefully, it
As long as
stays
the
that
news,
way.
I'm not on social media or like the news, then I have no clue.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't have known anything until you guys said something in the message.
well,
But,
shit, I
um,
had to.
I knew it was
Hey,
coming
Kay,
when
what's
I
up?
saw the title. Trump addresses the nation. I was like, yep. Already.
Yeah, it seems like Oh, Katie said I'm loud as ever. Let me turn myself down.
Yeah, he's hyper.
Yeah, I got you guys right
Me.
on the line.
Yeah, so I was saying there's a crossover with One Piece and the Dodgers, and right now, like one of the
Oh,
most
I've seen that
evident
card.
protests is that the people are protesting, bro, and wearing LA Dodgers jerseys.
Represent.
And this promo, they're gonna be given out in like a week, and people are protesting at Dodger Stadium.
Protesting.
It's like a
what?
series. It's went from the Palestine to the ice to the now we're probably gonna see Iranian shit. So it's gonna be.
And
They're
probably
protesting that. No, they're not protesting the promo, right?
No,
No, he's just-
no,
Oh,
but
okay.
I was also speculating that a lot of people part time as scalpers, so like two birds with one stone, you know,
Yeah.
and they can probably like trample each other and steal the promos that way.
He's picturing the promos in the streets, everything on fire, just wasted.
Bro, it's LA.
Boondock, Katie, what up?
Yeah. Hey, what's up,
What's
Boondock?
up, guys?
Boondock.
What,
Is my mic better now, Katie? Let me know. I turned it down too much, you said. I put it at 90%, so hopefully that's better. I don't want to be blasting anybody's
Sounds
ears.
like a pilot.
I've got y'all like a little in the red, so I mean,
All right. It seems that like
I won't
I'm
keep it- I
always
won't
the
keep
one
it
with
there.
audio issues.
if I change something, the whole thing's gonna get fucked up. So,
Okay.
Okay. Now you're too quiet.
So, what
That's
do you
what she
think?
said a while ago, but I changed it.
Mm.
I don't know if you guys saw top 10 Pokemon auctions of the
Which
week.
one? The Mew one,
I
or
haven't seen it.
The
or the
one from
comeback?
today, where they sold a lot of Mews today. Raw and
Oh,
in
different.
PSA 10. Yeah,
I don't
so
think I
the
saw
raw
that one.
copies sold around $7,000,
Promos.
and the PSA 10 copies, I wasn't paying attention. How much did those sell for? Like 19,000?
Pull up the video. You think top 10 on
I
mine?
think like 15, 14 or 15. I thought, because I thought the pristine CGC was like 22. No, or was that 30?
He'll get a view.
Could be. It's just, I swear to God, it slipped my mind. I had the number in my head, but I forgot. I thought it was, it's that he showed like four
Everybody top
different
10.
ones, and I think one was 18, 19, 17, and like 1750.
Yeah. With my camera. Let's see if I can. do this.
1750. 7, I don't even know at this point.
What
17,000.
do we got here?
No audio.
Shout out to top
I
10.
need to get a
You guys want me to
reaction
put
from
audio on?
Yeah, why not?
Your source.
It won't crash.
And as
the live
always,
will it?
let me know what you pick up.
Shout out
All
Lil
right, folks,
Popping.
let's get into today's recap. Starting off with this little number right here.
This
PSA
video
10
is
Team
brought
Rocket's
to you
U2
by-
EX from Destin Rivals has seen a bit of a decline this week. Here's a
1,500.
PSA 10 that sold for $1,500, another one that sold for $1,328, all the way
That
down
ain't
to
gonna
about
last.
$1,301 this week. And may I just
What
remind
price
you,
is
this
it?
card
I
first
can't-
hit the
I
market
can't
as a PSA
see.
10
What do you think
back
it'll
at
settle at?
$3,000. So quite a
3,000?
decline in value, but that is usually what
I think it's
expected
just gonna
whenever
act like
modern
the,
grade cards first hit the market, you know, so
the
shouldn't be too much of a
Umbreon, but
surprise.
worse.
Up next, we have this very interesting lot of all of the
Like, it's
evolutions,
gonna be high right
SRRs
now
from
'cause everybody
prismatic evolutions in
is
PSA
in the,
10
like,
sold for a
just too
grand
hyped
total of
up and nobody can get it,
$6,000.
but
So,
Yeah.
okay, what you
I
think about
think the
prismatic?
Mewtwo
It's on the
probably-
site right there,
Mewtwo?
seeing all those evolutions. Getting into the XY
Yeah, the
era, we
Mewtwo, I
have this
think it's
Mega
gonna, the
Charizard EX
PSA
from
10 will
Flash
fall
Fire. This is the
eventually, especially as they
non-secret
print
version
more.
that sold for
The next
$2,050 as a PSA 10, while the
6
secret rare
months or
copy
whatever,
sold
it'll
as a PSA 10 for 3 times
go
as
down to
much,
700 or
at
something.
$6,256.
700?
Here from XY Evolutions, we saw the Holo Charizard.
I could
come
see it.
quite
I mean,
a
it'll go
bit.
back up
PSA 10
eventually,
selling
but I think
for about
600,
$2,500.
700
From the
in the
Japanese
next
Pokemon
year.
TCG Classic Collection, we have
Still
this black
takes
label
a little
Charizard
price,
that
maybe.
sold for even $2,000, while the
What do you
black
think
label
Yeah, I
about
know,
the
but
Charizard
it,
sold for $600.
1,300 and 3
Up
grand,
next,
that's a
folks, we have
lot.
90 of
generous.
these Korean exclusive Ditto promos.
There we go.
Okay, it's right after this one.
$5,780.
Yeah, bro,
Next, folks,
Shug,
we
here are
have
all
a
your
ton
plays,
of these
bro.
Chinese exclusive UEX cards,
Yeah, the
both
Dittos.
raw and graded.
The
Here's a raw copy
Dittos,
that
the
sold for
Mews,
I know.
$700. Here's another copy that sold for $7,555.
What do you
Another one
think
sold
of
for
the-
$8,313.
Just keep
Here's
going
a
up.
First
PSA
off-
copy that sold for
First off, I want to know, do you
$16,500.
guys
Another
think
one
this
sold
is
for
the same person
$17,600,
selling
all the way
all
up to
these?
$18,099 for a PSA 10 copy.
'Cause I
Here's
do.
a CGC 10 Gem Mint copy that sold for
I don't think all of
$8,400,
them.
while the pristine example sold for
Because I know, Cast
$22,122. And then
Collectibles,
lastly, for
22,000
modern
for
cards, we
the
saw a black label
pristine.
Ancient Mew.
For that
This is the newer
pristine, that
version. I think
CGC
it was the
pristine.
2019 version from the Mewtwo Strikes.
It's 16
Um,
grand though, guys. That's
Yeah, for a PSA 10.
Yeah.
I mean, it's super limited, right?
yeah.
But I don't know if everybody knows. Like, at least from my understanding, it's 151 cards are being released of that Mew
In
every
10
month until December.
in 10
I think
waves.
some people think everything's out already, like all 1,510 copies.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm sure the people that are buying these cards know that that's not the case. But I feel like a lot of people that are buying these cards maybe are like thinking
I
that
didn't
they're
know that.
all 50. Yeah, it's 151 every month are being released till December.
Bro, so they're being released in waves? That completely changes everything.
Yeah,
So they're definitely gonna drop.
I think so. I think people are FOMOing into it because they see the pops right now on them, so they're assuming that they're super low. I mean, it is 1,500 copies still. It's really low for a card, but
So it's gonna
yeah,
be
who knows? It could go. It could be higher in the long term. It could go to be a $50,000 or $60,000 card eventually. Who knows?
yeah, it could be a
That changes everything.
first to market,
I
then
thought, I thought it was
into the
one
thing.
guy that bought out all the copies and sent them to grade in different places and has been slowly, like, selling them off to the market. But it
That,
would make sense if they're only releasing 150. It would be easier to buy that.
you think
out
a shop
at
would
that
just
price.
sell out all their promos and just like not mention that they're doing the event that you would have to do for the right price? I mean,
Not when it gets that much attention.
think so.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of how they would do that. Like maybe there's a way for them to work around it. I just don't know like the back end on like super specific details on how it's released.
Or maybe just a
And
couple,
how easy that would be.
just a few.
I'm sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't put it past people in Pokemon. I mean, people have been doing shady shit for a while now, right?
Yeah.
So I could see it happening for sure. Who knows? We might end up with more than 1,500 copies. There might be 3,000 copies one day.
Yeah.
You know, somebody's printing extras. They were supposed to throw the duds away, and
The
we'll
playtest
see like
muse.
these extra copies come up.
Yeah.
It's like the Illustrator. The Illustrator, we originally thought there was like 30 copies, right? And then now there's like 70 or 80 or something.
Yeah. Just keeps growing.
I don't know if that was just misinformation, people didn't know the right number, or it's those were originally only supposed to be 30, and then people held some copies back.
Right.
What's up, Baze?
Yo, what's up, everybody?
How's your
Sorry
week
for
been?
being quite a bit late. Yeah, I was
I just
still
got here.
out. Just got back. I saw when you got here, like right as you got here, like we literally got home. So I cut out for like a few minutes. Then I got inside and I was just setting up everything, like camera and all that stuff. Here I am.
Welcome in.
How did the intro go today, guys? I didn't get to do my big famous intro that I like to do in the start of the pod.
We just rolled with it. It was
Did
kind
you
of
guys do an intro?
like a mid-conversation start off type of deal.
Okay.
Pretty well.
Yeah, we just
Roll
got
into
into
it.
it.
Yeah.
We got into
got this.
like a conversation, and then mid-conversation, I think it was like 10 minutes later, we realized, oh, we should have gone live. We should have just,
Oh,
Yeah.
we shouldn't have said
Shouldn't have even
anything.
talked
We
about
were
this.
just.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
yeah.
Did you
Well,
go ahead.
I caught the part of the conversation that you're bringing up about the Umbreon, but then you said it was like an IR or SIR that you were referring to, right?
Yeah, it doesn't have any texture. I like the card. Someone was telling me about that card today, and he showed me the picture in a PSA 10 and the price. It was $900, and I just responded to him, why? Just why?
Yeah. If it was,
And he's like, I don't know. I like it.
Well-
I'm like, yeah, but
All right.
if it's
No.
a set exclusive, they should have made it
It
a
is.
little more spicy though. Like, if it's a
It's a
full
China
evolution
exclusive.
set, they should have made it a little bit, gave it a little oomph for all of
it's a
them.
Chinese exclusive.
Not just
it's
Umbreon.
a very nice card. It's Umbreon sleeping.
Yeah.
which is-
well, yeah.
Why did it
Sleeping
make it?
Pokemon.
Why does it have to be asleep? Like, you know the chaos that could come from.
Just have
this.
one eye open. Yeah.
And you know what?
That would
Yeah,
make
maybe-
it go even more.
Maybe it would be
Katie-
450 instead.
The winking Umbreon. Yeah.
So
KDJ,
no, it's super
you're
nice.
correct.
It's a Nihar, you know. It merits the price. I think it's $30. I actually think it's
Hear,
20
hear.
bucks.
Hear, hear.
It was generous at $30.
Hmm.
But for now, the market doesn't think so.
What you digging in over there, Sugar Bear?
It's just
you
like
got?
the Mew.
You hiding something?
This
So,
is
two
no,
things. Two things.
I'll show you later.
First off, Katie Jade, yes, that is the GameStop exclusive promo. She put a picture of it in my Discord. So if you guys
Heard
check my Discord Pokemon section, you'll see the picture of the Umbreon I'm talking about
Heard.
from Obsidian Flames. She put the stamped one up there. Second thing, that Umbreon that sold for like $900, it's a PSA 10, correct? The one that sold, it's like an extremely low pop. It's kind of like jumping in on the Moon Bunny very early if you think about it. The hype that Umbreon gets, it is a Chinese exclusive. You can't have it any other way. The pull rate for it is a little tough. It's not the easiest card to pull in the world. And it is the chase of the set.
I would
I
say.
still do think it's a little high, but I could see it becoming normal and commonplace.
Well,
I'm wondering what the other three cards will actually go for right now, because Sylveon was number 2, Leafeon number 3, correct?
I'm wondering
Some of
if
the Chinese
they'll.
ones.
Yeah, the first gen box is like $45, $40. So I'm thinking.
And the second one's 50.
So,
I got a few of them. Shit, I got one right here. Look.
but something's got to give, right? Like you can't have a
Oh,
$50
those
box with a
boxes.
$900 card.
Very cute.
That's just
That's
first
how
to
much it's going
market.
for.
Yeah. I
That
think
Umbreon?
it's first to market, right?
It's
Well, it's only
900
900.
something. 900 something.
It's
on
only
PS
900 as a PSA 10 though. Like
It's
raw,
top six.
it's like
so far.
It's
So
like
it's
100
first
something, right?
market.
So, yeah, I wonder how many people in China grade actually cards though, because the majority of these cards are going to be in China. like raw.
I think it's gonna fall like Rome. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, where are they gonna go? They're gonna go somewhere closer to PSA, either Japan or the U.S. probably.
What about CGC? Does CGC have a headquarters in Asia?
I don't know.
Well, whatever headquarters they were gonna have, I think that went to shit with the beta playtests. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Gotta save that.
So-
Gotta use that
Yeah,
fund
so I
for
don't think
something
so.
else.
yeah,
What you
they're
got over
busy.
there? Yeah, yeah.
Well, we might think this, but CGC is still expanding. Remember, we were talking about recently how they expanded in the Middle East. Was it Saudi Arabia that they expanded in recently?
Yeah,
Really?
somewhere in the UAE, I think they set up something. I don't know what specifically. If it was like a what's it called? Like an actual place, like where they're gonna be there forever, or if it was like a pop-up shop or something. But they did something over there to like get the word out about it.
Maybe they set up like a middleman or something, like a send to them, send to us. Well, good
if
for
I
them.
remember
That's smart,
correctly,
though.
Good for them. Yeah.
it's a whole new branch that they opened up. Like they're gonna have a section in that section of the world now that like grades and stuff. It's gonna be like to serve that market.
There. Well,
They send it out in their emails as well. I get their email blast because obviously I was a customer when I sent in the Chansey, so that's where I get some of my information with what's going on with CGC and stuff that's current with them.
little newsletter action. Drew, what up? Welcome in. Shook's hiding stuff and not showing us what it is.
Through
I
OPM.
got it. I got it upside down
Katie
now.
Jade?
Damn it.
Thank you for being here. Good night, Katie Jade. I was just gonna ask
Oh, it
you
fell.
if Ink Penguin is still here. I was gonna sing Ink Penguin a little happy birthday song, but if he's not here, then I don't have to embarrass myself, right?
I messed it up.
The sideways looks good though, because it's kind of like a whimsical.
It just it like what's it called? It tilted in the frame, but I don't know if you guys can see this.
Yep.
Yeah, that's dope. It's like
It's
pull tabs.
unpunched, so
Yeah.
these are it's you fold it up and it's a deck of cards, a box that a deck of cards. You've seen these cards, right? I'm sure I don't think I've showed them on the channel, but
I think so.
I have not.
so there's like watch. They got it's like so they have this
That's cool.
and then there's this Pikachu.
Are those
The
from
first
the
Poncho
anime?
Pikachu.
Ooh, nice.
Nice.
No.
King Pika.
This is like from it's like super niche. It's Yuki Tsukurino is like the artist, and she did a manga back in the day that was going on during Pokemon, and they collabed early on. And then the art is like her art style. It's like super unique, but she did this.
Oh,
Like
that's
these are
cool.
so hard to find. Yeah, Clefairy with a mustache.
Yeah, that's legit.
That's so cool.
The art is so unique. Yeah, let me see. There's Jigglypuff and Squirtle too.
Glenny Balls, what up?
There
There's-
isn't by any chance a Clefairy with its mouth open and has teeth.
Like
In this
that.
set?
In that deck maybe. Because I saw something
See any?
similar today. It sold for like 64 or 6,000. Can't remember. It sold
cool.
sold for a lot of money.
The backs are cool.
But
too.
yeah, the backs are really cool. Here's the Jigglypuff. But every face card is like different. But all the kings have them with their crown and everything.
Oh, nice.
But I don't
That's
think
pretty
there's
sick.
any of these
Yeah.
graded. And I got 2 full sets, and one of them's unplayed with. So I want to figure out where I want to send them and get them all
PSA.
cert, like all like sequential cert. But it'll be like a couple grand.
I didn't know I
Yeah.
could grade all the bleach cards.
PSA
Almost
will
sent.
grade them, just like the ones that you send over, right?
By the way,
Yeah, the one that FOMO sent. Those
pops
decks.
are extremely low on your cards. Like, I mean, the
I think I put them in
Nami
this
was the
drawer.
highest one. I think it's pop 10 in a PSA 10. Everything else was like 6,
Oh, really?
4, 3, 2. Yeah.
They're back there.
Are they
I remember.
are they Japanese?
They are
checking
Japanese.
deck. Yeah,
Shonen
They're
Jump.
Japanese manga cards, right? They're manga
Yeah, they're
cards.
from the 40th weekly jump, the anniversary from like 2008. So like we're about to celebrate the 60th anniversary.
That's
I think
crazy.
when that was in 2028.
What's up, Trainer Glenn and Drew?
Yeah, I'm glad you're here, Drew.
How y'all doing?
Everybody.
Drew always popping in. How's the
Okay.
family, Drew? How's the kid?
Kids, right? He's got like 10 of them, I heard,
How
right?
does he? Oh, really?
I think he's
thought
working
he
on
just
like number 9,
like a year ago.
11, 13.
Oh, I could be wrong. The Nami. You're talking about the Nami, the queen?
Yeah.
This
That
one?
one is. Yeah, that one was the only one I could actually get a pop report on eBay. Then I had to manually go and check it on the PSA app, and it was pretty easy. I mean, very low pop stuff, and all the ones I sent you guys were pretty mint. So
What's up, Toy Brigade?
Toy Brigade.
you know
Um,
the only ones
me grab mine.
that were centered were the ones that I kept.
you think I should send him then?
Oh yeah, for sure. I
Here we
think
go.
Okay.
the first person that should send them is Merc, because Leech is gonna come back soon, and the next season is gonna pop off. And if he's willing to sell, he can make some money off of that.
Yeah.
Will has some sick cards in that deck.
The
I'll,
Eisen, dude. Eisen is mine.
Oh, you know what?
Oh, I
guys?
got the Master Roshi. Hell yeah, that's dope.
Dude, 2.5 years and this set will be 20 years old. So it might be
Mhm.
worth more. It'll be the 60th anniversary for the magazine, right?
Yeah, exactly. In 2028.
It's the 40th anniversary of
These
Mario this year. Do you know that?
40?
I did not know that.
So I
Me
was
neither.
Don't make me feel old, dude.
I didn't think about it, but like somebody was talking about it on YouTube, and then I was thinking, how long ago did they make that Mario Poncho Pikachu? And it was 10 years ago almost. It was 2016.
Jeez.
And so it
Oh.
would have been Mario's 30th anniversary just passed, and then Pokemon's 20th anniversary just happened. And so I'm like wondering, what if they do that again next year when the 30th anniversary of Pokemon happens, just after the 40th
Nah.
anniversary of Mario? They do like a Yoshi Pikachu or something.
I mean,
Oh,
with the hype Pokemon's got right now, I mean,
bro, Smash Ponchos.
Yeah,
Stop
that would
looking
be
at
the
that
best
bug.
collab.
and the Switch
You're
2
gonna
going
get
on.
a-
How you guys feeling?
Toy Brigade, what's
Oh,
up?
You ordered a Switch 2, right?
Yeah, I got it right here.
Don't
It's
talk about it.
dangerous.
It's so
Don't talk
big,
about it,
dude.
Mike.
It's huge.
That's what she said. What?
The backs on the cards are beautiful, bro. The back
I
has color.
love
Here's
it.
that
Yeah, the backs are sick.
that
You know, the
Ichigo
only
card.
reason I got that deck was for the backs, because the backs have all 4 of them on one card, and it's 64 of them. So I was like, this is what I want.
Do you-
This is what I'm gonna hold. Yeah.
You think it's safe
That's
to
it.
show this Ichigo
Yes.
FOMO? The Ichigo that you sent me a picture of, I have it. Do you think it's safe to
It's
show
not a-
that?
It's not a swastika.
It's not?
No,
Oh.
it's a Buddhist cross. It's backwards. The
Hey,
swastika
no,
goes the
no.
other way.
Also,
Well, I
YouTube,
think we
like,
are
YouTube
backwards.
Isn't the webcam
Oh
gonna
yeah, we are.
hilarious?
Yeah, here's the
Oh, man.
It's
Dude,
not
dude. It's
hilarious.
huge. I gotta.
You love it, or do
I got
you?
the Switch One. I
how
don't
you
have it
feeling?
here.
It's 4K, right?
Yeah,
No.
I think they're 4K, but so I don't know where my Scarlet game is. I was gonna play Scarlet because of the FPS differences. It doesn't lag and stuff like
You
that.
can upgrade and stuff.
But I got Mario World, and so far that's been fun. I think I'm not into video games as much as I used to be, unless it's Pokemon.
Well, are you playing with
And
anyone?
so,
Yeah.
Or are you playing
I
by
can only
yourself
play
out there?
one game of FIFA.
so yeah, I mean just Mario Kart with the family, but yeah, by myself it's not as fun.
Baby,
Yeah.
don't go on the show.
It's
I'm
boring,
Right.
isn't
Gotta
it?
have some people. You
But
gotta
I'm
have a
down
squad,
for.
dude.
I'm gonna get the Donkey Kong game because that Donkey Kong game looks so sick. There's so many things you can do. It's kind of ridiculous how much you can do in that game. And then the Pokemon Champions game, I want to get that, and that's cross-platform, right? Like you guys can get it
Switch
on the
and
phone
mobile
and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, so that'll be really cool. and then the new Pokemon ZA game. I gotta buy Scarlet again because I've never finished
I wonder,
Scarlet
you
or
think
Violet.
it's gonna be on the Switch 1, like the original one?
Which one?
Yeah.
Champions?
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, because in the trailer they specifically wanted it for the Switch 1. Now
I
for
mean,
the
that-
Switch 2,
That
I'm
pissed a
not
lot of
sure.
people off, though, right? If it wasn't.
It'll probably be on both. If it's not, that would be smart as hell. Nintendo is cutthroat.
Well, Game Freak's got some badass shit coming out too that that looks good. So they got no excuse anymore for Pokemon. They got a damn
Oh,
Dark
right.
Souls of their own.
What do you mean
It's
Dark
okay,
Souls?
baby.
Like
What's that game called?
Game Freak has a game coming out that's like a Souls,
Yeah,
a Souls type game.
I think I just read about it today. What was it called?
I'm not sure, but
Let's see.
I should probably pull it up.
I think I just damn. Let me pull it up.
Chug, what I'd advise you is probably sell the
Double
One
Dash.
Piece card as a set, since it has.
Oh,
all-
get them all sequential,
Yeah, because if it's the whole crew, so it just makes sense, you know.
and it's all the hearts, right?
Be careful.
Ace through King.
Yeah.
That's true. That's a good all
wanna go down?
sequential, all in order. It's the Ace through King of Hearts. it's the whole
Exactly.
crew.
And it would work probably for Dragon Ball 2, but I don't think it works for Naruto or Bleach because
Right.
they're not, the characters aren't necessarily related to each other, you know?
Just have to do teams or something.
Yeah, maybe
Barely.
you could do, dude, you could just,
Could do the 3.
teams of captains would work, yeah, technically. But Ichigo's the lone wolf because nobody fucks with him.
Are you talking about Giga Wrecker or Town? Do you know, Merc?
Giga Wrecker. It doesn't sound. Let me see.
Okay. Anyway, I was doing a little research on what's it called? Game Freak
Beast
today?
of Reincarnation.
Okay, I don't know.
Okay.
I've never heard of that one.
Let me show you.
But did you guys know that Game Freak was like had like rough drafts for Pokemon back in 1990?
Like the maps or
No, like the
So-
idea. Like we all think of like 1995 as like
Yeah.
the date, the year before is like when they started thinking about Pokemon, right?
Mm-hmm.
you mean the
Or at least
blueprint?
that's what I thought. But like
Like
they
the
had a rough
blueprint
draft. Like I'll show you really quick.
Okay.
He said in
So this was the
watching, like, lore.
the mock-up. It's a book that they used to do, and it's like it's called I forget what it's called in Japanese. It's like doujin or something, which just means like fan manga, like magazine.
Right.
And they started out as like a fan. Game Freak was like not an actual company right away, and they just started doing like these fan-made magazines. And this was like I guess the
Cool.
original draft for Pocket Monsters, or Pokemon was Capsule Monsters.
Oh, Capsule Monsters. I think I've heard that before. Somewhere.
I didn't know about this, but it's 1990 is the date on it. And then there's like some more information on this website I found. It's a Japanese website.
Trying to look at see
But-
what the monsters look like. It kind of looks like a little bit of a Tyranitar-ish, fuzzy Tyranitar or something, like a
I see
Ruffcat.
Ferrari.
So yeah, to me the one on the right kind of looks like a Charizard almost, and then the bottom left looks like a Tyranitar or a Rhydon. I was thinking, but yeah.
There's the actual,
Yeah.
the little capsule.
But then you got the guy in the background on the right throwing like a ball.
with the hat.
It's just really cool, I think.
Yeah, it's
And then too, I didn't know this, but the guy that made Pokemon, the main like developer, Tojiri, or what's his name? Tojiri's something. His first name is Satoshi, and that's the name of Ash in the Japanese anime. I didn't even like think about that until
Put it together.
today. I was like, oh my god.
Toshi.
William Hill, what up?
But anyway,
Yeah. I didn't know that until I saw this one episode of X and Y. And I was like, why do they keep calling him Satoshi? And then I slowly realized, oh, that's his name in Japanese. I had no idea.
All right,
I
you ready?
didn't even know the Japanese anime was ahead of the English anime.
This is.
I had a,
Sorry.
I had,
yeah.
sorry, I had a completely different concept of Japanese and English anime.
Is this the new game you're talking about?
Yeah.
By Game Freak? Oh, it's for Xbox?
Nikita, come here.
I don't know if it's exclusive. I don't know if it's exclusive for Xbox. Maybe. Showcase.
Yeah.
I guess so. I guess it would be. This is Game Freak.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, I saw a
Looks
meme.
so good.
They were calling it what was it? Yeah. They were calling it Asian Pokemon. Or like what we can do with 4K versus what they have
Yeah.
now. Man, that looks good.
Yeah.
Well, that would showcase like a big difference between.
I mean, the shaders are
system
still-
and hardware, right?
Oh, there's no comparison, bro. That's insane.
Still got this glare though, like the shiny floors.
Oh, yeah.
They do.
They were comparing that deer that you saw in the beginning to Standler.
Really?
Boy, yeah, it's like night and day.
She got a dire wolf though.
Yeah, it's gonna be my first
So-
choice.
Max.
Yeah, old Japan and mechs. That's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's kind of a was it iFOMO that posted that like photo Instagram post of the new Pokemon game? I don't know if it was like fan art, but the
Oh, yeah.
graphics look super good. And, like it got me excited because I was like, man, if Pokemon does that and does some cool like graphics like that for the next mainline game, it would be really
Yeah,
interesting.
what was that called? Like Pokemon
We know
Waves.
what they can do now.
Yeah, that looked very nice. I'm hoping it's real, but
Yeah, it was the Xbox showcase.
yeah.
But yeah.
I do want to say hi to Trainer Glenn, William Hill, both part of the Grass Energy gang. I saw y'all both drop in. I didn't take a blinky blinky, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that for y'all real quick. Blinky blinky time.
Just for you guys.
Gonzo,
Speaking of
what up?
expensive cars. Oh, what's up, Gonzo? Not feeling too hot. Just dropping a like for the handsome boys.
Appreciate
Thanks,
you.
man. Appreciate it. Appreciate
Always.
you showing up. Tell Opossum Bud and Shinyvert to calm down.
Oh shit, man.
Yeah,
What the hell is
deal
even
with
it?
Hey,
What the hell is?
No one
what
released
the
a
hell
video
even is that?
today about that, right?
I think they probably squashed it behind closed doors. That's my
But
guess.
besides that, no one else released a video about it, right? Like
But
commenting
no,
it
no,
about
I don't.
it, or
I mean,
like,
maybe some small channel, but I didn't see anything like big.
yeah.
I mean, nobody probably knows enough of what's going on except for their close circle.
Yeah, it was just kind of, I don't know. Like when I saw it yesterday, I didn't think
Yeah, it's like
someone's gonna jump on it quick. I thought there was gonna be like a whole
think it'd be
bunch of videos
Be a
popping
little,
up about it today. Like honestly,
it's a little petty though. It's like you're reaching a little bit
yeah, it's
to make
whatever.
a video on it.
I was gonna say, speaking of
Yeah.
expensive cards, did you guys see that Victini, the all red one?
yes.
Priceless.
Wasn't it like 2G?
It's going for like 1,000, right? Or was it more than that?
It was at like
Like raw.
35 and then dropped to
Oh,
half
really?
price, half of that.
Damn.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that, but then what's his name? PTCG Radio came out with something. Because people thought, I guess there was a Japanese post and somebody misinterpreted, thinking there's only going to be 2,000 of those cards out. But that's
They
like how much they were
restocking all of them?
releasing. But they're releasing them in like 3 tiers, and then there's like another handful of them coming out. So it's, he said like just under 7,000 as of right now that are being supposedly the number. So a lot of people were thinking it was 2,000 only though. So he was saying that's maybe why the price was so inflated.
Why is that?
Just hearsay.
Why does that matter at all? Like, that's a lot.
Because like the
Like
Mew.
2,000 is a lot. 2,000 PSA 10
Not really.
would be a large pop, in my opinion. I think.
That's just like the Mew, the Chinese one, 1,500. I mean, it's 500 more.
Right, but I don't agree with that price point either. You know, it's
Hmm.
like let me think.
Alright.
There's not a great example to give you, but I guess Lugia, the alt art, Lugia V alt art, it must be over like 6,000 in a PSA 10, 6,000 pop. You know, but still it's going for like $700. I don't agree with that price at like
That's a
that
good
high
point.
pop. You know,
Yeah.
So-
Is that because of
I-
time? Because of how new it is?
FOMO.
that's why I
All
don't
right.
agree with the Mew or the Victini. That's my bias.
But I think you can
How-
put it. You can.
How do you determine price though? Like
You can
that
scale
digs
one.
into son of a murder question. Like, how do you determine price point? How does a card become worth a certain price? Does it have to have a release and a time behind it? Does pop matter? Does rarity matter, and where you could only pull it or you have to win it by jumping through certain hoops? Exclusivity to a region?
I think it's circumstance and supply and demand at that given circumstance, you know? Because if there's high demand right now but low supply, it's going to go right out the gate hot.
Yeah, but I think
And throw 2,000. Only 2,000.
Com-
Only
well, com-
2,000.
comparatively, like Lugia versus a set amount of this card that's just promo exclusive, not in a set. You still disagree with high price points?
Like,
Is it because
well, you're saying
because
it's-
well because
I
of
never think about set cards.
'Cause
So
of
yeah,
time?
set cards you'd assume that it's gonna pop is gonna increase over time faster than let's say promos would. Yeah, you're absolutely right, but even so, I wouldn't. You need
is that because it's so new? Is that playing a factor in
exactly
your
you
thinking?
need
Okay.
time, you need scarcity. There's supply all over the place, and people are willing to sell this stuff readily because it's the hot commodity at that given time. But
Alright,
later
dude,
on,
We don't know. We don't know if it's gonna come out in English either, or how it's gonna come out if it does.
Right.
the Victini,
I
Yeah.
think
So
Japanese
if,
do.
if
pretty
it does
sure
come
it
out in
will.
English and they're like put it as a promo for a SPC UPC, then even though it's not as hard to get or less exclusive, like people that just want the art will, it'll pull away some demand from the Japanese copy.
I hate that they're gonna fall for that bullshit.
Ooh, I haven't.
Like in
But-
What do you mean?
Japanese, it's gonna be rare, but in English, it's gonna be printed to hell, and it's
Well, I don't
probably
know
gonna
if it
be
is.
UPC.
Well,
I don't
still
think
want
they've
to go
said
back to
yes
that.
they are printing it or not, but
But FOMO, I want to
yeah.
go back to that to that question though about how to determine a card's value to make it a fair value. Because like I'm thinking right now, how many PSA 10 moon bunnies is there from Evolving Skies? Like, what's
Bro,
the pop? It's
Too
pretty
many,
high, right?
too
Alright.
many for it to be that price. Let's put it that
But
way.
but it is that price and it's established, and a lot of people have accepted that as a fact because that is what we utilize as a mechanic when we're trying to make comparisons. When we're trying to say this card is the next Moon Bunny, because the Moon Bunny is worth that much. It's accepted widely. But either
Yeah.
way, just for the sake of this argument, it's what it's close to 1,800, 2,000. How much is it?
I haven't
What?
checked,
It was,
but let's say 15.
I was watching it.
How much?
Oh, okay. How much is it?
Let me see.
Probably 2,000. It keeps going up for now.
All right, because
Maybe
this
they
is only
sold it.
one portion of the argument I'm making right now, though. But I want to
Yeah,
see how much it is.
I like that question because that's not an easy question to answer.
Yeah.
You,
But
I guess a lot of people have tried to answer that question. Very few have successfully done it because even the best probably have a tough time answering to a specific price point that you want. I think they
Yeah.
can just give you the best guess.
The first one I see
Because this
listed
what I'm
is
saying.
1850.
1850. So
Mhm.
it's close to $2,000. It's in that realm.
It was close
So
to
the
double that.
Victini-
Uh,
The
couple days
Victini,
ago.
though. The Victini being only 2,000 copies in the world, it doesn't mean all 2,000 are PSA 10s. But there's only
Well, it's
2,000
true.
copies, right? So you only
Yeah.
have 2,000 opportunities to grade one that's a PSA 10 if you control the entire market in the world. And you're telling me that out of those 2,000 copies, if one's really fucking clean, it's not worth what a Moon Bunny's worth when you can have any Moon Bunny at any store, any given day of the week? You could walk into any TCG shop, ask for a Moon Bunny. If they don't have one, they'll get one for you. But they're not going to get you that Victini, are they?
Everybody's got one of
That
those.
Victini, that's limited as fuck. So
Yeah.
the Victini not being worth what a Moon Bunny's worth, when the Victini comes out and it's so scarce, and you have to go through all these hoops. You have to make a trip and go out to Japan and participate in the tournament and win so many matches to get your fucking hands on one, or you pay what a Moon Bunny's worth. Tell me, is it worth it? I think it is.
I get what
Definitely
you're saying. I
worth
agree with
one.
you, but I think too, really quick. There's not 2,000. That's what people thought. It's
That's what's gonna ask.
according to PTZ Radio, it's like closer to 7,000.
But how does he know this?
But it's based
You
off
know,
of, he just
I
gets
know.
out the information from like Twitter, Japanese Twitter.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody put out a post and like people translated it wrong, thought it was 2,000, but it's 2,000 tiered out over a few months. And then I don't remember exactly, but there could be more released in some other way. I can't remember what he said. But
Okay.
to base point, I agree. Yeah, like because the Moon Bunny is a set card, so there's the PSA pop report does matter, I think, but only when you're comparing it to other set cards, because there's still raw copies out there that we don't know how many really there are. You know, there's no like number that we or anybody knows except for Pokemon probably.
Mhm.
But then you have to think about the, you know, how many people like Victini versus how many people like Umbreon, because a lot more people probably like Umbreon.
And then
There's a lot of people that like money too, though.
And
Yeah.
a lot of people that want to complete the Pokédex, they want to get one of every card. How many collectors want one of all?
I know
A lot.
one.
And they don't even-
I don't
What's
know.
his
I
name?
don't know. I think that is
DJ
it for
Gigabyte.
Pop.
And
Oh,
No way.
Dan
He
Pearson?
wants
Dan.
one of every card.
no, persons.
Dave Pearson.
Oh, David Person.
Yeah.
Isn't Real Breaking Nate somebody that would probably get that card? Because I think he would
Oh,
get one of
yeah.
every card.
That's
He has
Japanese.
like every
though.
binder.
It's Japanese. I think it's just
But it's
English for
exclusive.
his library.
Oh, okay.
You know, I do have an issue with pop, in a sense. Like high pop, sure, but I also have a problem with very low pop too, because I've been thinking, when you're stuck with these cards that are just pop 30, pop 10, pop 9, whatever, the availability of these things, especially in high or medium demand, is so scarce that it's really hard to price these things effectively if you're actually trying to sell them in a solid amount of time. If you don't price them correctly, no one's there to tell you
Right.
that they're priced correctly. They'll just leave it there for months and months and months until you give them a discount, which I never do.
Or you know what it feels
What?
like?
Go ahead.
No, I'll let you go first.
Just
Mine's
really quickly, some people I've never done this myself, but I could see it working. Is some people just post it at a higher price than they maybe think they can get for it, but then people know that, and people will just send messages and make offers. And I've heard of people making deals that way. Like a card, they might be like, maybe it's around 4,000, but I have no idea of how to know that, so I'll post it at 5,000 and then wait for somebody to message me with an offer. But like you said, not everybody's going to do that. It's only the people that are experienced and like actively looking for certain specific rarer cards.
Where's the NG?
This card is first to market, and I've been at 350, 300, 276, 250, and I think I went all the way down to 230 with, I think at this point I have 64 watchers. Nobody has budged. And
The
every
pop
time
one?
I don't modify the
Is it the
price,
pop
I
one, or
just
what is it?
throw an offer, dude. So whenever it expires, I throw the next offer. Now I'm done. Now I sent 5 of these to Justin to Pokemon Wonder, and I'm keeping this one. I just have it listed over inflated.
Does he
for like
consign them or something?
300, yeah.
So what's
Oh,
the
okay.
pop on that? Is that what
50?
you're call?
See, that's the weird thing.
call
It's
Captain
pop-
Rafa.
It's pop 50. It's not technically first to market, but it's because I don't think anyone's willing to sell this card because it's like the Dallas exclusive promo that they're not a lot available on eBay.
Yeah.
So there's like 5 of them, including mine, 5 of them.
What would you want for it?
Rafa's in Texas, right?
I don't care as long as I make more money than what I paid for, which is about
Who's Rafa?
$100.
He's a beast.
This Mexican dude that does rip and chips.
Vending.
Rafa.
Oh,
Yeah.
I would say I would hit
Captain
up
Rafa?
Squeaks.
Captain Rafa?
Drop
Okay.
drop Squeaks a DM, cause Squeaks, he's in the chat at Spicy Western Eyes. When I was trying to sell deck boxes to Mason, which I finally got the package together, Squeaks was like in the chat, and immediately before me and Mason worked out a deal, like Squeaks was like, I'll buy it, whatever it is, like just send me your number. And then Thrifty was saying, Squeaks is always there, like to save you if you need something, it like sold or like so. And he likes One Piece. So I would just drop him a DM with a picture and see what he'll pay you for it.
I'll check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do know Squeaks.
That's why I
didn't
said
know I could-
Rafa as well, because he's One Piece too.
Is he the same? Like, okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's kind of
I'm
same.
not-
Message all these One Piece people and see if anybody wants to buy it. DM.
I'm not interested in selling that crap for 3 times what I paid for. I just want it sold so I can move on to the next thing. Because what I want to do, these cost $60 raw. I want to keep
Buy
grading
more.
these and flipping them because they're exclusive to that Dallas event, and people want them for that reason. And the more I do that, the scarcer they get, the lesser on TCG player, and then now you start seeing some movement, you know.
Yeah.
Does it is there like a similar art card just without the promotion? Is there a set card that looks like that?
The Dodgers one?
The one he was holding?
Not that one.
Dallas.
That one's pretty exclusive to the Dallas event. Yeah, there's no card that looks
The
like
Lakers card?
Well, I didn't know if they changed the art just for the promo, like Pokemon would.
Like a exclusive
Yeah.
art for that.
that. The Lakers
Okay, no.
card is coming out July 3rd. If the people don't stampede each other. And
I
destroy
wonder
my
how much that card's going for on Mercari. If it's an English exclusive Dallas thing.
It's
Yeah.
it's cheap. It's because it depends on the country. You know, like the Dortmund Luffy. If you
Yeah.
actually got that from cardmarket.com, you could get that card for like $120. But it's just on eBay and on TCG Player that they're selling it for like $140.
Here's a
But that card's an English exclusive, right? You're saying it's from some Dallas event.
Yes, the English for actually you're right. There is a Japanese version.
Oh, is there? Okay.
Yeah, that's a One Piece. That's One Piece Day Japan.
Okay,
Oh,
never
They
mind.
should
I was gonna
pay
say if
more
it's an
than
English
100.
exclusive art, you should just do some backwards arbitrage on the Mercari.
Yeah.
Right.
do you
I am doing that with eBay. Like I'm buying them for 60 and I'm selling them for 89.99 on eBay.
do you think they're
So
making
that works.
too many Luffys? Are you guys getting too many Luffys across the board? Do you think is there such thing as too
Never.
many Pikachus
It's
for
their
One Piece?
Charizard.
Yeah.
No,
Luffy for Charizard.
but I think we're getting to the point where all the other characters are kind of meh.
Really?
In the sense that there's so much saturation with cards and artworks that I think people are just really focusing on a select like
That's a good
handful.
point.
Their favorites.
That's
Yeah.
a good point.
Bravo, Yamato, Luffy 100%, Waifu's cool, certain cool dudes, certain cool like older characters, Goldie Roger obviously, but they're really narrowing it down, and that's why you have to be careful because you won't see movement on certain cards. And if you grade them and they take 3 months and there's no demand for them, there's probably not going to be any demand for them in a PSA 10 because they're not even looking for PSA 10s to begin with. They're looking to play the game.
All right.
Just follow the trend, follow the Luffy trail, and you'll be fine flipping in One Piece.
Well, I'm not.
But it is smooth sailing right now. There's a lot of nice cards to sell.
For those cards, you know how you said the one that you listed that you've been gradually going down on, extremely low pop right now on the card. You got a few graded. Do you think sitting on those long term would probably be the better play? Because if there is so little copies out there, and there isn't too many that are being graded, if you secure the 10s early on, do you think that might be the play where you play into the exclusivity? You wait for the TCG to still get a little bit bigger, to still get more hype, to still get some more super fans going. Super fans are going to be the ones who need one of every card to get one of those and make sure it's a 10, to make sure it's the most perfect one, the most pretty one that they can add to their collection. Like, do you think that might be the best play rather than, okay, well, I am going to keep going down and I'm going to keep going down, but it's going to set the price and I can just keep churning them out for now at that set price?
Um, that's a good way of doing it. I could do that, where you could either wait for the next hype cycle when people come back to the One Piece TCG, whether that's for the live action, a cool anime episode, a cool manga chapter that came out, or something that triggered them to go back into the TCG. They're gonna look for those exclusive things. They're gonna look for those things that are relatively in demand, which
Hmm.
those that comes into mind. You could also wait for next year's One Piece Day Luffy because it's once
Hmm.
a year, so you can expect the hype train on several different circumstances, like either hype or just the yearly anniversary, right?
And they have season 2 of the live action that's coming out, right? Here is
Exactly.
one that I see for One Piece. There already is a card that they came out with that shows the actor from the live action, right? It's a special release One Piece card, and it shows the live action character guy. Maybe buying a
There's
few of
two.
those, grading those
Bro,
already, getting those
that's a
10s. I think
play.
that's nice,
That's
right?
absolutely a play. It's just okay, just real quick. I think your idea of holding is a very good idea because there is exclusivity, there is value. Those things could pop off. It's just you have to have that factor of scarcity, right? So
Yeah,
the next hype cycle or the next One Piece Day Luffy will go a lot better and a lot more in your favor if there's less of last year's Luffy's, One Piece Day Luffy's for sale, because
yeah,
then people are going to get panicky, they get excited, they FOMO, they buy, let's say there's 20, they buy 10 of them, and then the next day they buy 5, there's only 5 left, and they're all overinflated,
Hmm.
right? And that's how you trigger this kind of domino effect where all these things get overpriced. Now,
yeah.
But you don't
there's
like to
that.
wait though. You're not a.
That's
Yeah.
one thing. So what I'm personally going to do is eventually the price is going to bottom somewhere. It could be 150 bucks, it could be 200 bucks, I don't really care. But it'll buyers will be more comfortable at a certain price, and that's when I'll start listing them a penny
Right.
undercutting, and I'll
Hmm.
sell them then. So I'm not really that worried about that. Now,
Check this out too.
one thing I did
Um,
want to point out though, regarding low pop though, when you have scarcity and you have low pop, let's say those Luffy's, right now they cost 60 bucks. So you buy there's 20 of them on TCG Player a year from now. Buy
yep.
15 of them, so there's only 5 left over. What happens if somebody buys the rest of those 5 at, let's say, $99? Well, there's
What would be
no
this
more
wrong?
of
Oh,
them, and the maximum cap is the average of $99 that were just bought out. So the problem with that is that since there's nowhere else to go but $99, that's a problem, you know?
Well, no, it's
Because you
not.
can't control the market like that
But you can prepare.
unless you're sitting on a lot of them.
Yes, you prepare and you sit on them because that's when you roll out and you're like, hey, this is the new floor, 120. I'm going 20% above the last sold because I'm the only one on the market now. And you're gonna control it, and you're gonna be able to sell off with no issues.
That's risky because people either will take it or they won't. And people aren't that
If it's
dumb.
hyped,
People know
if
what
it's
the hell
hyped
they're doing.
and it just sold out, there's people that didn't get that card that still want it. There's people that are going to be paying secondary market prices off private sellers when they try to make deals with their friends. You're going to be the person out there on a public marketplace with more exposure who has the card that they need. And
Right.
yeah, it's going to cost
But
a little
let's
more
say,
with what the other
but
guy's
let's
charging at that point.
But
Excuse me.
let's say this is so low pop that you can't sit on 20 of them. You can only, like, you have one, and that's it. There's only like 9 in existence, and like the other 8 are scattered around the world, and they're vaulted in somewhere, and they're never going to be seen again. And it's only one. How can you can manipulate the market on that one sale, but it's not going to reflect on the long-term health of that card. You understand?
I
It's a
think in that
completely
case, well,
BS.
in that case, if it's so limited where there's 9, they're scattered around the world, you have one. Well, that's the thing we were just talking about earlier. It's low pop, it's super scarce. What's the price? What makes it a fair price? Can we say 1,000 is fair, or is 10,000 fair, or is 100,000 fair, or is 1,000,000 fair? You get what I mean? What you have to do at that point, you have the only card, so you control who it goes to, and you control the price it's for, right? You have to
Yeah.
already think this is what I want for it. And if everyone says it's not fair, guess what? It's up to you to find that super fan. You have to promote that card everywhere. You have to talk about it everywhere that has something that's hyped about that card. So if it's like a Power Ranger card and it's a one of one, I have to find every Power Ranger fan out there, every Power Ranger fan that's interested in those cards, every Power Ranger fan that's interested in those cards that open those sets, every Power Ranger fan that's interested in those cards that open those sets that's chasing that, every Power Ranger fan that's interested in those cards that open those sets that's chasing that and that's going through grading but can't achieve that grade. And that is where you lock in, you hone in, and you're like, okay, this is what I wanted and I won't get rid of it for nothing less. And if that person really truly wants it because it's their grail, they're going to be like, I'll pay anything for it. Because that is what the collectible industry is about at the end of the day. That's why Funko Pops sell for $1,000,000. And so do
And that
trading
being
cards. And so do toys.
and that being said, I'm gonna list my Mega Manetric EX PSA 10 for $1,000,000
And you
tonight.
might
I
find
have a
somebody.
Pokemon
You
question.
might just find somebody.
What set are we on in Pokemon? What's black and white?
Hey, at least they have eBay authenticity guarantee. I'm gonna advertise it that way too. $1,000,000 eBay authenticity guaranteed.
Like, if you think about it, if you have a Pop 1 card, if you do list it for $1,000,000, how can anyone say it's overpriced? It's the only one. It's the only one. How could it be overpriced when it's the only one? Prove
You
to
know,
me it's worth
If
less
nobody
when there's
buys
nothing
it,
that's sold for less.
I guess.
that's the point. See, at the
Yeah,
end
if
of the
nobody buys
day,
it.
somebody has to buy it. And
Yeah.
that's the answer to your question. How do you know what the price is? You don't. It's the buyer who decides what the hell the price is gonna be. So
And a lot of times, somebody will buy it thinking they're going to sell it. So somebody's going to buy it thinking they're undercutting you to sell
Sure.
it to somebody else.
Sure.
So follow that trail. And where does the trail end? And that is the true value of the card. Even though it sold 20 times before for way less, it's only worth what the person who buys it to keep it forever pays for it, right? Because that's the value of the card. It was paid for and it's never going to enter circulation again. It's going to die with that person. You get what I mean? But if it keeps getting sold, somebody's always buying it because they're like, it's worth more. It's worth more. It's worth more. So if you do have a one of one card, let's say you sold it and you're like, well, fuck it. I'm going to sell it for like $200. Like, it's not hyped, right? What if it sells 5 times after that and then it hits 10K? Were you dumb for selling it too low when it was a one of one and nobody wanted it? So you sold it for a couple $100. You made your money back. Like, you
Hindsight's
get what I mean?
2020.
No
Yeah.
matter what, when it's a one of one card, it can never be too low or too high. The price is the price. Like, you are right. You're gonna sit on it and it's gonna stay with you until you find someone that wants it bad enough to get rid of it.
Well, one
No
of
matter
one,
how low or how high it is.
$2 million, right?
I don't think it's worth that if nobody buys it though.
exactly.
You
Plus
could,
no
because
one
you
has
could
to
just
buy it.
because then it means like you could sell it for, you could put it for 10,000 and nobody buys it, or you could put it for 30,000 and nobody buys it. Doesn't mean it's worth 10 or 30,000. It's only if somebody buys it that it's worth that, in my opinion. If it, but I
Yeah,
could be wrong.
and of course with a trail, a good, I mean, concise, organic history. Like you expect to see the last 7 sales to be around that similar range.
Well, if there's only,
If
are you
you
talking about
see,
the same
All right,
card, right? One of one.
but all right,
yeah,
but wait, I want to
oh,
hit on something that you
number
guys
one.
just both said. So it's going based on what the card was bought for, right? And that would establish the price and that would like set it as a fair price point. So like going back to it, then the Moon Bunny's fair. The Mew, that's one of that 1,500 copies or whatever. It's fair.
Wow.
The other card is fair because they're documented sales, and that's what it's going for,
I don't
right?
know if it's
So that's what it's worth.
Oh,
yeah. So it's worth
You
that to
get me?
some people, yeah. But I don't
it's
know if
worth
it's
that
worth
right
it
now.
to. It's not
Yes.
worth that to me. Like you could see it as overvalued.
But earlier when we started, you said that card's not worth it. But we just went into a circle to make you say that card is worth it. That's what we
It's
did.
because of what I initially said. It's because of circumstance and supply and demand at that given circumstance.
So
So
that's
right
why I turned it around and said circumstance can make a card worth $1 million if it's truly one of a one. But going back to it, you said no, it's
Yes.
not unless it sells. So going back to your original argument, that defeats what you said.
we didn't say no.
Variable
It's
still
just said it
circumstance.
has to sell.
I'm
Huh?
confused.
It's all circumstances.
Did you get it, iFOMO, or no?
Yeah, yeah. No, it's not that we didn't say that it's not necessarily that way. It's just it's the way that we phrased it. I see what you mean.
Pokemon question. We're on set 11. Sword and Shield got like
And-
16 sets, right? Something like that.
It's 11 for Japan. I don't know what that means for
Oh yeah. So
for English, and we do like 11A and then 11B will be a separate
Let's see.
set.
How many sets were in Sword and Shield?
So I don't know what the English set is right now.
I don't either.
What do we have? Like 7 or 8?
You think so? Any guesses? Y'all guess.
It's 4 a year for English, right? Not including special
The
sets.
holiday set? I don't know. I don't follow modern. No.
Do we
Oh,
count?
yeah.
17
idea.
sets. 17 for Sword and Shield.
Already?
There
Wow.
was 17 for Sword and Shield.
Oh, for
1,
Sword and
2,
Shield.
3, 4. Are we counting special sets?
feel like we did
Those
this
count, right?
before.
It's like a half.
Sword and Shield, Rebel Clash, Darkness Ablaze, Champion's Path, Vivid Voltage, Shining Fates, Battle Styles,
That's cool.
Chilling Rain, Evolving Skies, Celebrations, Fusion
That's what I used to
Strike,
play all the time. Too.
Brilliant
What's his name?
Stars, Astral
Wait,
Radiance,
What's his name?
Pokemon Go, Lost Origins, Silver Tempest, Crown Zenith.
So with Scarlet and Violet, we're at 10 or 11 main sets, right? So
Let's see.
17 Sword and Shield. So how many mega sets do you think we're gonna get?
2,
3.
Oh,
2?
3. Yeah.
3?
Well, in Japan, I don't know, because there's the
Yeah.
Lucario and the Gardevoir, and then there's a Charizard, right?
Yeah.
But I think the Lucario and Gardevoir are going to be paired together. But in Japan, they'll probably be 2, but come out of the same. I don't know.
The Inferno
There's-
X and then
You're right.
Mega Brave,
there's
Mega
been
Symphonia,
14,
which is probably
14 sets for Scarlet
nine.
Violet.
And
Well,
then
I
we
think
got a
Mega Brave is
special set at the end
Gardevoir
of the year.
Lucario, and the Mega Symphonia is like another, just
or it could be
different
two
one.
two sets to make one English like Japanese does.
yeah.
Exactly.
We have
So-
14 sets and we have black and white coming out, right? So
Well-
that would put us at 16.
I just
Because
didn't
black is one set, white is one set.
I didn't count
Yeah.
special sets. So because those are like half,
Okay.
right?
Well, they,
Aren't
they,
half?
they count as expansions under the. It's still an expansion under that
Well,
that block.
okay. Well, regardless, just 2 sets is what you think for megas?
No, well, we have those two. We have the one with the megas coming out, and we have the anniversary set.
Well, no,
so that's already.
I'm saying
sets that we're gonna-
total mega sets. Period. Like,
for mega, I think it's just gonna be like one set for the megas, and that's it.
well, we've already got
Honestly,
3 different copyrights for megas.
Yes. There's also
But-
the Green Ninja.
two in Japan and one in US.
I think they're all Japanese.
Or unless like the Inferno X is like the special set at the end of the year. I don't know.
Mm.
I don't know.
It
What's your give a question or what? You're just trying to
It's
figure out
just
how much
weird.
time
Like,
we
I'm
have left.
wondering how it's gonna, if they're gonna play terrestrialize
Oh, I don't think
Pokemon
it's
as
gonna be
well
a part
into
of
the
it.
megas. You think it's gonna be its own little separate?
I think it's done after Black and White. I don't think they're gonna probably make any more terrestrial crown Pokemon after Black and White. Black and White wasn't even terrestrialized.
it's
They're
just,
more likely to make region variants.
isn't that weird though?
think-
that they've just completely switched to something else, in a way.
It's because they scrapped it. They realized that that wasn't.
Because they were
I don't
hiding the
think they.
crowns in prismatic, right? Like they were like
In a
hidden
way,
Yeah,
on most of the cards
I think
on the
this was a
Umbreon.
Well, the anime
scrappable
is
idea.
also going into this way as well. They're scrapping the Terra and they're getting the Mega Stones and shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's like it's because they have to go in
I think
hiding and
that
go to a different region.
I think that was just an idea that someone came up with, and it just didn't really play out. I think they realized that they probably lost a generation of kids to this Terra thing, but maybe the whole hype
I feel like
of
one of the
seeing
worst
their
gimmicks
parents,
they've had.
pretty much.
Yeah, but
But
Card Party is nothing but
still,
kids.
keep in mind, Twilight Masquerade and Surging Sparks did bring the hype back, and Prismatic Evolution still was pretty hype. And kids watching their parents go nuts over that shit must have had some sort of detrimental effect on their like
I
growth
couldn't.
over time.
I hope they weren't acting like that in front of their kids.
Dragging
Out in
their
front of
kids to
GameStop
Walmart.
and shit. Yeah, God.
Yeah, I mean they probably taught him how to get the
Here's to
vending
humanity.
machine covered
Jesus.
back and stuff. I don't know. Or
Yeah.
play pinata with the ETBs.
Have you tried? Have you tried your snake wine yet?
No.
Just keep.
I was
Oh.
thinking
keep
about
it
it the other.
simple.
So I've tried it before, but not this one.
Okay.
And it's one of the grossest things you could drink. So, I was thinking about it the other day though. I was like, when we had that raid by CTR, I was like,
Yeah.
instead of showing it off, I should have just started chugging from that. Like, just open the thing and just like,
Oh man.
because some people
They
were in the
would've
chat
loved
thinking it was like a snake in formaldehyde. I don't think they knew it was alcohol, but
Of course they would guess
Uh,
formaldehyde.
yeah,
Yeah.
like I just had a dead snake here, but yeah, I don't think people knew what it was, but I don't know if I'm gonna. I was thinking about if I ever became like a whatnot streamer or
Mhm.
something, I would do like if we hit a certain card, I'll take a shot from the snake wine or something gimmicky that people would, you know, vibe with.
It's got to be like oily, right? Like it's got to have some like a coat
I
in your
honestly
mouth.
don't remember. I just remember it. There's a lot of spices they put in it, and it was gross. It just tasted like it tasted real shitty.
FOMO is there?
It's more of a novelty than anything, right?
Yeah, maybe. Just grill the snake afterwards.
I want to go back to that question you asked FOMO earlier though about Luffy. Not to get back on One Piece, but you said or you guys have too many like Luffy arts, and then I just
Oh.
thought of like it made me think about like the longevity of One Piece and how many characters that are significant or reoccurring characters, their roles in the anime, does One Piece have compared to Pokemon? And I would assume it's less than Pokemon. And if so,
Returning
how
though?
much less? Yeah, like returning, because you can't like
Recurring.
a one-off character. Yeah, like a character that
Bro,
shows up for
we
one episode, you can make maybe one card about. You're not gonna make, over and over keep making cards of
The
that
villains get
unless
beat
they're
and
super
disappear.
significant.
but
But
that's the
say like
problem.
Pokemon has like 1,000 species, right? So they can just cycle through and make different cards for different sets. There's probably not One Piece set that doesn't include Luffy, Azoro, Anami, like somebody from the crew, right?
The Straw
Like
Hat crew has to be.
they're just gonna keep putting them back in because the set would, I don't know
There
what
are
it would be like
certain
without, but
there
I'm
are
just
certain sorry, go ahead.
thinking like if it's
AMPM.
say there's like 300 significant characters in One Piece, that's like a third of Pokemon, and that show takes forever to build up. So how many like can they really add on? And if they're ending the show soon in the next 5 years, what does that do for the longevity of the TCG and like what they can do with cards? Like they'd have to keep just putting in the same 300 people in the cards over and over each year,
Who's got the
and like
staying
I feel like
power?
people would get burned out over 10, 20 years maybe. They'd be like, okay, we've
That's
seen
why
these before.
iFOMO
Pokemon
has
just keep
talked
going and
about
adding.
this.
Did you
iPhone
before?
talked about this. Yeah, he said that's
Okay.
why he doesn't believe in it long term as much,
Oh,
right?
okay.
Because he said if the anime's gone, that's one of the big things that supports the TCG. Like it needs a strong anime as
Say
like
like
the
a spin-off.
foundation for.
Yeah.
One thing that One Piece does is that every arc they recycle old characters and they bring new characters into the arc. So
That
it's
are
just
significant though to like make a card about.
they're at least significant to the arc.
Okay.
So
And
if they're
that's the
going
whole
arc by arc, then they can include. Is that what they're
then
doing?
Yes, and
Yes.
see, these are a lot of recycled characters. Like, there's one movie where they show most of the characters in One Piece, and my mom couldn't. My mom normally is fine watching anime,
What's
but
up,
she
Paul?
couldn't get through this movie because of all the characters.
Where
So,
they all fought. Is that the?
were they all what?
Didn't you show me a? They all battled each other. They all fought each other.
Oh yeah, and
Yeah.
the battle royale thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that?
So they the thing is that these characters are unique. Like, let's say for example, the Straw Hat crew belongs with the Straw Hat crew, but some of them can go into other niche crews as well. But let's say for example, if Nami never met Dracul Mihawk, they never actually met in the anime. There's no chance that you're gonna see Nami in a Dracul Mihawk deck, unless in a very rare circumstance where she's kind of uniquely placed in there for whatever reason, other than
Guess, yeah.
we know each other. It might be because of the color or a certain uh, crew that they're in that works with the playability, but other than that, you wouldn't see them together. They do very well when they make a card. They kind of make the card go with things that actually happen in the anime. So if you have like Enel, the God of Thunder,
Yeah.
and there's a certain attack that is done in the anime, you can actually use those as a combo to create a bigger effect
That's cool.
on your deck. So they use those things very well, referencing the anime, but being able to play these things in the TCG. But that's all very short term. Longevity wise, we're nowhere near One Piece being
So
looked as an invaluable asset.
what you're saying is they should have
Okay.
started a long time ago, right? With the anime,
No, they
No.
couldn't have. It would have never popped off.
or did
So do you think
somebody
it's-
else did, right? Sorry, go ahead.
All
guys.
right. If that's the case, do you feel One Piece? It's a cool TCG to like experience, check out, but like as an investor, it's more just of a pump where it only works short term, like a quick flip, but not really like, hey, let me park some collateral here.
It'll
See
work as
how it.
long as the anime and manga are still intact. That's that's a very easy way to put it. Like, everything will keep going up. All booster boxes will keep going up until either the TCG dies or the anime manga finally conclude. Now, there could be spin-offs, there could be a whole bunch of different factors that either bring back the hype, maintain the hype for a short amount of time, but eventually it should die.
Okay.
Also, it's just so many indicators. People didn't like One Piece to begin with.
So-
That much
In the-
on
in the West?
Yeah, in the Western Hemisphere. In Japan, they're absolutely head over heels for.
Yeah, it's
One
big
Piece.
here.
It's a very cool concept. I'm sure I would love it if I actually
Yeah.
started it.
They got a great universe, so they
Yeah.
could, if they wanted to, do spin-offs. Because the gum fruit thing, it's like that could be never ending. You can get different people
Yeah.
to have the same fruit once the one person dies or whatever. But yeah, you could have infinite possibilities with that gum fruit. I think the barrier to entry, like as far as like watching the anime, it's a lot easier to come into Pokemon, even though you might not know the whole story. You just know Ash is the main character. He's got a Pikachu. He's trying to catch all the Pokemon.
Gotta
Like
catch
you
'em
could
all.
come in and you don't need to really know much more than like you just you could pop in anywhere on the anime and be like, okay, he's trying to catch Pokemon. One Piece you can't just pop in. I feel like you could, but it's a lot harder. There's so much like in depth in the story that you'll miss a lot of stuff. Especially when they do flashbacks, you're gonna be lost.
Oh yeah.
Not
Those nuanced moments.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I
add to
remember.
your point. Pokemon TVY7. It's made for kids, baby. One Piece is more for a mature audience, right?
It's got boobies.
One Piece is not really
School,
for
high
all little
school.
kids.
yeah,
yeah.
high school. Yeah, middle school.
So-
boobs.
You also expand your customer base or your viewer base that way. The one that's for more kids, it's going to be more known. There's going to be more eyes on it. It's going to be talked about more than the one that's not seen as much because a lot of the parents are going to be like, you're not old enough just yet.
So
Well,
Yeah,
they're
I
showing
think in the
the
West that
One
matters more than Japan. Like Japan has got a different view on those things. Like that's a kid show here. It's weird.
Yeah, actually, the live action is a kids
Let me
show.
see.
All the kids are watching the One Piece live action, and that's what's actually bringing the most hype. I think it's hard to tell because when the first season of the live action came out, we were in the middle of Luffy turning Gear 5, so there's misinformation on both ends on
Uh,
from what caused the hype because you know people think it's one thing or another. They can never think that it's different things all put together. It's either this or this thing. So they think it's either the live action or it's Luffy turning Gear 5, but it's the TCG being so playable. It's Luffy going Gear 5. In the manga, some crazy stuff was going on too. I'm not gonna say what. Um, certain sets in the TCG were coming out too that were extremely hyped. So all these things collaborated to basically cause a mini boom. And then we ran out of supply. It was crazy shit, and we had to reprint everything.
Speaking of all the characters, I'll ask this. I know I've asked it before, but how many Pokemon are too many Pokemon? When does
Such a good
that
question.
end? How many?
I want to make a video
can
on
you
that.
not keep up with?
all right,
There's got to be limited
I got the
space in your brain.
Limit.
perfect
I don't
answer.
think there has to be a limit
There's all right.
necessarily.
Maybe in mine.
I was gonna say, just like in the real world, we keep discovering new species in our times. We're discovering species now that have cohabited with us and existed for quite some time, but we just got to a certain region in the earth where we got to study it and come across these species. I think with Pokemon, if you keep having more and more and more, just like with the real world, oh, we just explored a new region of the sea. Now that
Hey,
we're in
Paul.
this new depth, we came across this new species. They could always find a way to add a new Pokemon and make it sound natural and make it like 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 a normal commonplace thing. So I would say no limit. That's what the Pokédex is for. You're not expected to remember everything. In the Pokemon world, you have your Pokédex. You bring it out and it gives you the information you might need in a pinch.
But do you have anything, FOMO? Because I have an opposing argument.
Ooh.
Oh, go ahead.
So I think there is a limit, and I don't know what it is, but hypothetically speaking, if you're looking at it from the point of the anime, or the TCG specifically, think about how many card arts are released every year, like how many sets we have and how many cards within each set. Say it's 1,000. Every year, new card arts are released, and we have 1,000 Pokemon right now. And hypothetically, this is not how it works, but hypothetically, they go in order, and just print every Pokemon in order. If you had 20,000 Pokemon,
Yeah.
it would take 20 years to get a Charizard card. Every 20 years, you would get a new Charizard card. And that's just way too long for people to wait, I think. So I think if they did print it like that, people that were fans of like less popular Pokemon would just, any Pokemon really, you wouldn't get enough of it, and people would kind of get, I think, upset about that. But
Yeah. I don't think there's a limit. You can keep throwing ice cream cone Pokemon in my face, and I'll keep enjoying that.
a churro Pokemon?
Sure.
Sure,
It
well,
can look like
I
Goldango.
wouldn't doubt it. Yeah, fit in with the Alcremie.
Churro Goldango. Hey, Churro Goldango is the region variant.
There's a region variant.
Oh, spicy.
Yeah.
That would actually be really cool if they did region variants based on the cards, like what language they were in. So like
Oh, that would
Spanish,
be
Latin American
great.
Spanish get like their own variant. Like,
Ooh.
but I guess
Oh,
some
yeah.
people might be upset because they want the other art,
Exclusive
but
stuff. Yeah.
that'd be kind of cool.
I have the first attack already thought out. Cinnamon spiced with a D, and it like poisons the guy, and he like takes extra damage each turn.
Starts coughing.
Or he gets burned.
Yeah.
Did you ever do the cinnamon challenge?
You should call
Way
it
back.
Fireball.
I never did it. No.
Alright, let me ask ChatGPT. Is there any Pokemon that has not received a card yet?
Every Pokemon has a card, I thought. No.
We'll find out.
I think there was one, right? There was one that didn't have a card at a certain point. It's from the new set.
A
Oh, the
few
crab?
Pokemon, even though they're well known, have never appeared in an official TCG card. Here's the breakdown. Oh, Megas, Mega Evolutions, Kadabra, that's old news.
Kadabra's had a card though.
Yeah.
I wonder what's that crab, that new crab that's in Scarlet, the giant one.
Oh,
That thing has a card though.
what's
Cloth or
that
some
dude's
shit? Or is that an older one?
Yeah. I think they've all had cards
Well,
probably.
From Scarlet and Violet. Let's see.
Crustal?
It says like
It'll
this
be
is
from
wrong.
Paldea region.
Sawsbuck. Well, maybe Sawsbuck Autumn form, like some seasonal variants of Deerling and Sawsbuck.
That's good though to know.
Yeah. Frillish and Jellicent female forms. I don't think anybody's keeping track of that. It doesn't even tell you. Palette. This is wrong.
I'm ready for Mega Dragonite.
I think it's right on the
Yeah.
megas, but
I really want a Mega Dragonite.
I hope it has 2 forms.
Sarah,
I don't know
gets
why
X and
I
Y.
have a feeling it's gonna have like a Thor form and then like a Hermes form.
I'd like
That'd be cool.
Hermes sounds more likely.
some new gen Pokemon.
Is Hermes a girl? Female?
Isn't Hermes
think so.
the guy who
okay.
had shoes that had wings on him?
Yeah, not well.
Oh,
Greek
probably.
mythology?
That's Achilles, no? Or no? That's not.
He was the
mind.
Well, I
messenger.
think you're picturing like Hercules.
He's our modern
I think he had-
USPS.
He had
Yeah, that thing.
Hercules had the wheels on, or the
Exactly.
guy with the wings on his feet. I want Ceruledge and Tinkaton megas, some new ones.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. With a big ass hammer, just super.
I don't know if they'll do that though. You think they will?
Hell
That'd be
yeah.
really.
They should.
They're already cool. Like
Yeah.
I think they're already cool Pokemon by themselves, but
I think if they're
I think Tinkaton would look pretty cool with a mega. Like it's
you think they would Mega Mimikyu?
like just a big ass hammer. I don't know. How would that look?
I think so.
Do we have Iron Boulder out already?
Iron Boulder is the paradox?
Yeah. Yeah.
They said some
Oh,
variant.
Hariyama. Hariyama.
Who's Iron Boulder?
It says Rock Psychic type because it shows Gouging Fire, Raging Bolt, and Iron Boulder. There's a third one.
Gouging
Isn't that
fires
Hariyama?
and temporal.
Iron Hands is Hariyama.
Oh. Iron Boulder.
Iron Crown.
never heard of
but
Iron Boulder.
I know
Iron
Iron Crown
Boulder
has
is
had one,
the,
but I don't remember Iron Boulder.
Brachion?
Yeah, Terrakion.
He's number 1022.
Oh.
He's like almost the last Pokemon. It goes up to 1025.
Yeah.
He got a he's got a SIR and temporal. Right? Or paradox, one of the two.
Temporal.
Okay.
You'll need to get that T-Rex or Velociraptor.
Oh my
Suicune.
God.
Oh shit.
What did he
Don't
say?
give away the Halloween costume, Paul. Damn it.
He said, I'm ready for Josh to do blackface Jinx.
Ooh.
That's wild.
Yes.
Yeah, pod will get canceled.
I'm not telling I got a costume idea.
It's my new pickup.
Kirby.
Is that
Kirby
a
Kendama.
butt plug?
Bro, that is straight up. That's similar to Honduran toys.
Yeah, like ball in a cup or whatever.
Ball in a cup. Ball in
Yeah,
a cup.
it's you got like a little toy to play with, but I just saw a Kirby one the other day and I was like, oh, I'm getting this for sure.
Yeah.
Baze will like this.
Yeah, that does look pretty sick.
Yes,
Kirby?
Need something bright
Yeah.
pink back there.
Hey, don't jump on the shelf.
Time is it? 12:45. What time is it for you, Shug?
2:45 p.m.
Broad daylight.
Yep, we just we were at lunch. We were out at the arcade and then spent a bunch of money and I didn't win anything. And then
Had fun.
we yeah, we had fun. My kids got something. My wife won like 2 stuffed animals.
Oh shit. Well, that counts.
Yeah. And then we went to ramen after and then came back here.
Did they let you put whatever you want in it, or you gotta like, it's pre-made?
There's just different kinds you can order, and then you can get separate toppings to add in if you want.
Gotcha.
I always just get the same one, the spicy one, and then I get some garlic fried rice on the side.
Yum.
I've
Ooh,
only
man,
had
garlic
ramen
fried
like
rice.
that once.
Some what's it called? What's the what's
What?
the Walmart ramen? That's as good
Top
as we
ramen?
get over here. Yeah, top ramen.
Ramuchan?
Yeah.
Maruchan?
Maruchan.
So
Some shit.
before I came here, I was so ignorant to like Japanese culture, and just Asian culture, I guess. Really, I didn't know ramen was like I thought ramen was you boil the water and you put the hard noodles in there and that was ramen. I didn't know there was like you go to a ramen shop and get some like legit ramen.
Some real
So I was
shit.
like in shock when I had some real stuff. I was like, this is what ramen is. I was like, holy shit,
You
this is
actually make the
amazing.
noodles?
Amazing,
They're not
yeah.
plastic?
Yeah.
That's why that works here. See, a lot of people in the United States have opened their own ramen businesses
And people are like, whoa.
because they really want to bring that experience. It's just, bro, here in the United States, people think ramen. They think I'm just gonna make
Pho,
this at
or-
home. You know?
Yeah. Or that.
Yeah.
So it's not the same thing. You cannot open 5 ramen shops down the street and expect them all to do well. You know.
Yeah.
But here
Yeah.
people really hop on trends very quickly.
Eddie.
Well, I went to a ramen shop once, just once. It was with a coworker. He was a Chinese guy, and he's like, "I'm gonna take you to a real ramen shop at this spot right here." We were out for work, and I was like, "All right." He took me to a spot where I couldn't read the menu at all. He had to read the menu for me and order everything, you know. But they bring everything out in front of you, and like it basically like gets cooked like in front of you, and they'll ask you like, what are you gonna add? So I added like
I
I think
love
thin slices of beef and stuff, you know what I mean? Dude, it was pretty bomb. I liked it. Like I've never had noodles that tasted like buttery, like soft, like it was different. It was different for sure.
Hibachi,
Rice
that's what it's
noodles.
called.
Eddie, as a Mexican guy, you go into a Mexican restaurant. What are you ordering?
Allegedly, you
I don't
can't
go to
prove that.
Mexican
That's
restaurants.
what I was. Okay, I figured, but if you were forced to,
Dude, all right,
authentic.
I'm one of these Mexicans.
Why would he go
I
to
go
the
to a
place?
Mexican restaurant and I get tacos de asada. That's it.
Oh,
I don't
nice.
trust weird meat.
It's classic
I don't want
tacos.
none of the weird shit. Just give me carne asada tacos. It's steak, bro. I know
See,
what
I
it
get
is. It's cow. Give me that.
Chimichangas.
Respect.
Chimichangas with
I
shredded
like
beef.
sopes.
Yeah.
I like sopes. But I don't like crazy food. I'm very picky with my food, bro. I eat
I get the
a
same
very
thing
American
every time.
diet. Yeah,
If I'm going Mexican.
Sopa de mariscos. Yummy.
What?
I don't do my
Translate?
No mariscos? Seafood soup.
Oh,
La-
like a bisque, like a
Latinos with
cream.
good seafood soup.
Oh.
Like
With
imagine
cream. We
shrimp
make it with
cocktail.
plantains.
Ooh.
We make it with
Yeah.
plantains and
Within
yuca.
the soup? It's like a potato, like a starchy seafood.
Well,
Okay.
The
for
yuca is like-
mariscos, it's like shrimp cocktail, or like how you have like the octopus cocktail. They call it siete mares, which means the 7 seas, and it has like octopus and fucking
Is it red or
shrimp
white?
and all this other stuff. Oh, crab mussels.
It depends because with the coconut milk it's white, but the
Okay.
actual
Gotcha.
kick is red. So it's a combination of both.
So if you
the
like-
top is red, but you stick your spoon in, it's like coconut milk.
A little
Is it
coconut, coconut flavor for the shrimp.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
It is coconut
Yeah.
milk.
But I don't do none of that seafood stuff. But yeah, dude, if we go to every time we've gone to like a Mexican food joint, if I don't know the spot, I straight up tell my wife, "Hey, I'm getting like a taco or two. Like that's all I'm
That's
getting."
why I get the same thing.
Or I'll get like nachos. You get me? Because I know it's chips and fucking meat, and it's like avocado or whatever. It has to be something that I know what it is. Like it can't be something that has some weird sauce that I don't know what's in the sauce, or that has some meat that I'm like not able to tell what type of meat it is or what type of cut.
What restaurants are
of meat it
you
is.
going that you can't tell what type of meat it is?
Bro,
Dude,
I'm not
when
going
it
there.
comes to when it
Yeah.
comes to foods like that, you can't fucking tell. You don't know if it's pork
and then
or
Maybe it's just I don't know.
In certain places,
Different
bro,
culture.
there are hole in the walls everywhere,
Yeah.
and some of
If
them are like
everything's
5-star
drenched in sauce,
dishes, and some are trash.
So what
if
would you think
everything's
the meat
drenched in
is?
sauce, you have to ask what it is.
Sometimes it's like chopped hot dogs with like other cheap ass meat.
Like, think about this. All right, if you go
I'm
somewhere and you
wondering what
say, "Can
he's.
I get mole?" You have to tell them if it's chicken mole or if it's mole of a different type of meat, because mole is
Yeah,
just the
Paul.
sauce that goes outside.
Hmm.
It doesn't mean the cut of meat. But a lot of people think, "Oh, mole is just chicken," because that's traditionally what they
It's
know.
hot dogs
But
with
it
red
doesn't
sauce.
mean
Yeah.
chicken.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
As a white
Lot of
guy,
stuff.
what
Mortadella
Bring it-
is
bring
what
it.
kind of restaurants do you recommend for white people food?
white people food. Okay.
Oh, I got
Um,
this.
Catfish
people-
House,
Black Bear Diner,
Country Diners,
Cracker Barrel.
Salisbury Steak, biscuits and gravy,
Cracker-
Roadhouse
Cracker Barrel.
Grill.
Exactly, Baze. Yes, Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
Remember, hey, base showcase, Brian, he's white. Like, he's full white.
Yeah.
Like,
Prove it.
he's blonde haired, blue eyed, white skin, Caucasian. He's white. I'm Hispanic, but he's full blown white. So base showcase is part white. So he's
I'm
taking
very
me to
happy
those
that you didn't just start listing fast food restaurants for what white people eat.
All of you look
That's
like
American.
Jinx. You love Jinx. You love Jinx, gamer boy. Calling me, I'm calling
What
you
the-
out.
Who's gamer
I
boy?
don't know. He wants to,
He
he
just
wants to
gave-
game
all of
though.
you look like
He's
it.
a Jinx fan.
He wants to game though. Baze, why do you have your camera that way? I'm just curious.
Because of the new light that I have, I can't set it the other way.
Okay. And it would maybe I don't know what you have on the sides and it's stuff you don't want to show or.
Wait, cause of what?
Blank wall. Blank wall.
Oh, okay.
The phone won't hold horizontally. It'll only hold vertically. in
The
this
mount
new
you have.
holder.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I have to find a way to like rig it up somehow so I could twist it.
Yeah, just put it on its side.
Me and Mason just did a deal that was 2 years in the making.
That's my name. Threw me
Nice.
off for a second.
I'm at Cardinal Gaming. It was not really a deal. 2 years. It's like a meme almost. He's been asking me to send him deck boxes and sleeves for 2 years. And at first I was like leaving him on red, and then I finally got back to him, and then he was like still wanting to do it, and then he left me on red. So every time we would talk to each other, we just joke with each other, but he just sent the payment, so
Wait, what? Say this
nothing
again.
happened. So like because he has a card store, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he has a card store, and he's been asking me to
Okay,
for like
okay.
years now to send him deck boxes and sleeves from Japan, and then I finally agreed to do it. And yeah, it's just we've been going back and forth, not making deals for like
Are you
2
excited?
years.
Excited? Get to do a little something
Yeah, I'm
official?
excited that like more so
Supplier.
that we've. I don't know if we're gonna keep doing it. We just
Just one
we'll
order.
see. It was
Yeah.
just like I just started like buying deck boxes and sleeves, and I don't think he knew I was. But then I was like, dude, I've been stockpiling, and you just been
I've
leaving
been
me on
waiting for
red.
this day.
I was like, you don't have to buy them, but if you want them, I got them because I'm not gonna keep them. Like I'll sell them somewhere else. But a lot of what I sent was the Gamer Boy lives in Dubai.
Welcome, Dubai.
You cheated on what?
Oh.
Where's it like-
What is he
Let me
saying?
get this off screen.
How's it going out there in
You love
Dubai?
Jinx. It's me. You cheated on
Hello,
Jinx.
hello.
I live in
You
Dubai.
can prove it in court. How's the Pokemon scene in Dubai, Gamer Boy?
Yeah, fill us in.
How
Give
are,
us some
is there
In the grading.
yeah, is it popular over there? Is it growing? Like I'm assuming like everywhere else.
Dubai. Man. What time is
I
it?
didn't even realize Paul left already, huh?
Yeah, he said peace out earlier.
Man, my bad. Paul, when you see this later, laters and hello.
Paul. On your face. So,
Whoa.
Got one of these.
oh man. Welcome in. I've got a couple of those. I'm just waiting.
Yeah,
on
you're
them.
the one who told me about this card. This is the Japanese version. The only difference is on the back there's a few words in Japanese.
The it's called is it Shadow still or is
Dark.
it Dark? Okay.
Oh, is yours?
Yeah, mine's Shadow.
Did yours say Shadow?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. So there's a.
It's-
Never mind. I didn't know that. But yeah,
Yeah.
I bought a whole game. They had the game and everything in there. The only
There you go.
issue with it is where it was sitting in the box, like where somebody pressed down on it, and so the circle part that holds the CD like pressed into it a little bit. And so I hit up that Giovanni guy that AMPM did a live with, that guy that does like restoration or whatever on cards. And I know he gets out like dents and stuff
Oh,
with so I asked him, can he do it? And
flatten
he
it
said
out.
hit him up. He said, yeah, just to flatten it out. So I might do that. I don't know. It depends on how much it
Listen.
costs, but it's like $1,000 card in a 10, right?
ooh.
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah, and it was like $30 on Mercari. I don't know how much the Japanese one is, but
I don't know. I'll check them.
you said shh for all two people watching.
Yeah. I've got 7. There's 7 in here. Minus 4.
Yeah.
Minus 4. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna maybe try it out and see.
If you think
Yeah,
about it,
might as
guys, that means 3 people are watching. It's 50% more viewers than we should got.
Dude, I expect 0 every time. Makes
I expect
makes
more.
life easier.
I expect
Hey.
4 every time.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
real,
There
guys?
you go.
I'm never disappointed.
Somebody forgets to put it on, so maybe 3.
My bad on
That's
being late.
me. That's when I forget. That's when I'm like, you know what? The other guy's got it. I need to charge my phone.
I might be coming to Texas soon.
Ooh.
Maybe.
I'm gonna get a bunk bed.
But you're on the opposite side. You basically in New Mexico.
A bunk bed.
Where are you going? You're going to the other side?
Possibly Dallas.
Oh,
For
that's
what?
not that far. That's like center
Just to
up
visit.
north.
Vacation?
It's like, yeah, mid-center to the right a little bit.
Dallas is cool. It's just hot as hell
Just very
right
nice.
now.
I would want to go to like Corpus Christi just to go
Bro.
over there.
You know, you're just like an hour plane ride from El Paso, and then I think driving distance it's like 5 hours.
Yeah, it's only a couple hours.
The only problem is that if you're going to Corpus, you tend to go completely south. You don't go south and that way, so it's kind of out of the way.
Yeah, I can ride the line like over.
But Corpus is super nice.
I just like the beach. If I was to, I don't know. How far?
Yeah,
I wonder how far away it is
That
from
is-
Dallas.
that is far. That is
Corpus Christi and
moved.
Dallas? Maybe I'm
Probably-
picturing something. Is San
Well, I know
Antonio?
from San Antonio to El Paso is like 13 hours. So I think it's somewhat the same,
I
like
want-
maybe 11 hours.
Is Eddie there?
13 hours by bus.
Cartman is.
It was murder.
I want his Cartman to Eddie, put your Cartman up in the chair like he's sitting there.
Oh, it's a pillow.
Oh, that's great.
Just put him in the chair next time when you like when you
When you
leave.
walk away,
That-
just set him up.
Yeah, it's our new host.
Yeah.
That
That's funny.
reminded me of that scene where Cartman couldn't get out of his seat to take a shit, so he had his mom bring the bucket.
Hey guys, help me get out of my chair. God damn it.
The last South Park I remember watching was the Canadians. It's been so long.
Oh, dude. That's
Yeah.
way back, bro. We were kids.
Yeah,
been that
I
long.
saw some South Park recently, but it's all the newer stuff, and it's kind of it was woke back then
They were
because they were
going through the.
Pokemon woke.
Yeah.
So it was like the whole transgender episode where Cartman is pretending to be cisgender.
Of course it
Oh,
was.
I didn't see that one.
I want
was
to go
when you had
bathroom
bathroom
because I'm a
break.
tranny or something. I'm
That was-
associated as a woman, but I have a penis.
Those might be pretty good to watch.
It's been a minute.
Yeah. That's great.
South Park, it's hilarious. One of my favorite arcs is when Stan's dad, he goes and makes Tegrity Farms. Tegrity
Oh
Farms.
yeah, Integrity Weed.
Integrity.
Yep.
Integrity. That was a good name too, and you know people still bring that up as a reference, even in the
Dude.
comments and then lives.
Hey, give me a sec. Give me a sec.
What'd you guys do this week? Anything eventful? Fun?
We're getting a car next week, so that's when it's gonna be eventful.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
FOMO's gonna be riding to town,
Finally.
getting pulled
Free.
over his first day.
Yeah, I haven't had
Collector
a
650. What's up? You guys watch
This guy is-
DBZ?
DBZ religion.
Integrity
FOMO.
I don't even have a
FOMO.
Yeah,
Dragon
FOMO watches.
Oh,
Listen to
nice.
DBZ.
Yes.
Oh, we're wrong way. Wait,
We're very
What kind of
talented.
DBZ? I still have that card that I still have to open that box you sent me, FOMO.
what's right here?
The one that AMPM opened. I haven't opened it yet. Saving it though.
Oh.
And then I got this one from. This is the one that.
Oh, that's the Goku Super
Yeah.
Saiyan 4. That's so dope.
Yeah, this
Still
one's
have
going to
my wallet.
ARS.
Ooh,
Is
I think I'm
yours-
gonna send it. Yeah, I
Does
think
yours
I'm gonna
have
send
post
it in.
centering too? In the back specifically?
No, I think it's actually it. I gotta look at it, but yeah, it's gonna be. I'm gonna put it in an ARS slab.
I was
I
like,
think.
you already have one? You tricked me.
No.
Mine is actually off
Bummer.
center. So I'm considering
looks good.
ARS, but I'm gonna send it to PSA first. Nice.
Yeah, I don't think the centering's bad.
It's
Sorry, the
top-
glare's there.
The
top
bottoms,
heavy, maybe?
Yeah, the bottoms throw me off.
Mine was thick on top or on the bottom. I can't remember. But yeah, pretty thick.
Most of them
But yeah.
throughout the whole box were a little top heavy with mine.
Okay.
I'm hoping that they're gonna just grade it as if it was another Bandai One Piece product, and maybe they'll just give everything a 10. But
Ooh.
I haven't had that much luck when it comes to Dragon Ball.
Just
so
got-
it's all trial and error.
Dragon Ball
You see
Z
what
just got
Collector
new
said?
Saiyans released.
Yeah.
Is that like different people
I didn't know
or
anything
new
about it.
levels?
Yeah, I mean, is he talking about Daima? Because they released like a new something. I'm not gonna say what.
New Saiyans.
But the manga
Oh,
also
yeah,
has some new forms.
New forms.
Yeah.
What's Frieza
sure
been up
they
to
Didn't send me
lately?
this one. You said what?
I said, what's Frieza been up to lately? New characters.
He's black
Isn't
now.
Frieza perfecting like a different form
black
that
now?
could take out
Yeah.
like the old
He's black
forms
Frieza.
of
He's
the
black.
Saiyan?
Which
You guys really want to know? I could spoil the
There's
shit out of it right
Frieza,
now.
Frieza Black, right? Frieza Black.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know about it.
Should I just say it?
Yeah, you can
Say it.
say it. I mean, I
as long
I don't
as
know
he's,
a lot about
he's
Spoiler
it.
alert.
staying it,
I
right?
already
He's
got the
staying
word.
in that form.
We're deep into this that I probably can spoil it. So
Frieza
he
cool.
went into the hyperbolic time chamber and trained his ass off, and now he's Black Frieza.
Yeah.
And in the manga, he just appears out of nowhere, says that he's been training in the time machine, and then knocks the shit out of Ultra Instinct Goku and Ultra Ego Vegeta, and just knocks them out. Like
For
they're
Eco Vegeta?
Yeah.
Is that what he's called?
They're in their ultimate
yeah,
form.
he has a new form.
They're in
Ultra
their
Ego.
ultimate form,
Ultra
and he
Ego.
takes them both out like they're nothing. So-
Like this with this part of his hand just right on the neck, both of them.
Okay, so he's saying it's not new Saiyan levels, it's new characters, 2 new brothers, and it's not from Daima.
Not
sounds
from-
cool.
Not the ones
I wonder
from
how they get
Super?
Two
introduced.
brothers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up actually. I'm curious now.
Well, I know in
That'd be-
Super they had the other Saiyans from the other universe during the Tournament of Champions, right?
I haven't watched any.
Yeah, there was a
Dragon Ball
bunch of
forever.
different. They were all from different universes. Their different teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was one universe that had like Saiyans, right? Because they went Super Saiyan.
There was the girl Saiyan.
Kefla,
Yeah,
I think. Yeah.
Khalifa,
three.
Tesla, and
Oh shit!
That's the first girl Saiyan, right? First time seeing a girl.
oh, but
Yeah.
there's also the other one.
She was like Broly, right? Cleffa was like Broly. She got like the green hair.
Well, if-
yeah.
The other chick.
well, the
she
real
only went
timid
regular
chick turns into fucking Helga, right? What's her name? It's
Yeah, I think that's the Cleffa one. Or it's
Big girl?
Cleffa's
or
speed.
I might be getting the name wrong. It. Let me see.
It's not what
I gotta find the name now. Dragon Ball Super. There's 3 Saiyans from a
That was
different.
the card I pulled. It's just tucked
Yeah,
away.
it's- Kaba is one of them,
Broly's crew.
and then the other two are the chicks.
Time Traveler Brothers. So we're getting.
And
Um,
Kefla.
Kale.
Mo-
Kale
Why
is the
can't I
green
find
one.
this?
Kale.
Are they like, if they're time traveler, are they like hits race? That'd be pretty cool to get expansion on him.
Oh.
Because he's a
Oh,
little.
bro,
I thought
he's-
he was gonna. He's OP as shit, but I feel like he didn't get a lot of time, right? Like he can literally stop
He's
time.
supposed to return. I think he's supposed to return.
Didn't.
Broly?
I don't know.
I don't know, I
Broly's
suck at Googling. I couldn't find it.
Broly's in the manga right now, and he's controlling his power from the last movie. Do you remember the Broly movie? They just take it off literally from where they left off, and he's just learning to control his power. And then he sees Gohan go Ultimate Beast form, and he's like trying to figure out how that works. So he's all curious, like trying to fight Gohan and shit. So
Back to
Hmm.
Pokemon
It's
for
very
a
interesting.
second. Do you think we're gonna end with the megas and nothing else? Like it'll go megas and then specialty set end of the year type of deal? Well,
no,
So how?
they
if
have to
they're-
make stuff relevant to the game.
But if they're gonna do
Black and
away with
white?
Terras and they're going to megas,
Megas?
then what else can they do?
More megas.
Right. So they're gonna drag it out until special set, and then they're gonna. So it's okay. It's
Yeah,
just
and
weird.
Scarlet
to
and
me.
Violet started in January though, no?
Sorry?
Like
Scarlet
the game,
Violet?
but Scarlet and Violet came out in Japan in like December or January, like the game did, and then I think the first set came out like February or March, right?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
No, February would have been the.
Wait,
Oh,
don't
maybe,
the
I don't
cards come out before all the hype? Like it comes out before the game's in the anime, right? Just to
I don't.
get some initial
November
hype.
2022 is when it came out. The game.
Like I mean, we
The game,
already
so yeah,
have.
the game was out way before then. The first set,
Sword and
November
Shield ended on
2022.
Crown
It came
Zenith.
out when it came out when Crown Zenith was a set,
March
or when V Star Universe. I guess,
March
here.
next year is when the set SV1 came out. So
Yeah, so
March
it came out like
2023.
three months after the game,
Well, the game was
right?
November 2022, and yeah, March
Yeah.
2020. So yeah, a few months. Yeah. So what?
Yeah, so
Or
we'll get a
months.
mainline game maybe before. I mean, maybe if they might not do it the same way. Who knows?
Also, they said they were gonna cut it short,
So
right? I mean, it's not confirmed, but we're all under the impression that it's all over after the anniversary, either before or after the anniversary. That's what I understood.
I mean, like, yeah, going by like how they've done generations for what 4 years, 3 years at a time, then
Yeah.
that's like it would line up to where the new generation would start this coming year, 2026, right?
Mhm.
But I don't know. Maybe FOMO's right. Like just a couple mega sets, maybe before they start the
I'm just
new generation.
the games
But
have
they
to
have
line up,
to-
the sets have to line up, the anime has to line up. So I'm trying to like, because they're following in the anime with the megas. So I'm just
Yeah.
and the anime doesn't really. There's no sign of ending because they just disbanded and they're hiding. So it's like they're now just getting started again. So I'm trying to like.
What do you think?
I don't know if this crew rolls over into the next generation. I know we talked about this, but I'm just trying to, because there's a lot of shit going on at one time. So I'm trying to figure it out, like what
oh, you're
what it looks
trying to
like.
get the
Does
order of
megas roll
operation.
into the new generation? Or are they
I
just
think
gonna
it's-
do something
I think
completely
it's
new
too
again?
soon to tell, because all we know so far is that we're getting a Mega Charizard set, and after that we don't know anything. Right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
pretty
but I mean-
much the gist of it. So we really need to wait.
But we've only got so many sets left, so I don't know. It's just weird to me
We'll
that
get
they're
more
doing.
information. Probably
They did Scarlet and Violet,
as
Terra.
the Mega cards start getting revealed, we'll probably get more information.
Do they ever do trainers Pokemon with megas or no?
Did they ever what?
Mm-mm,
Do like cards that were megas with trainers Pokemon? You said no.
I don't think so.
Because right now we're doing like the TCG is revolves around trainers Pokemon.
Yeah.
And it'll flip over
They
to the
should do
megas, but maybe they'll combine them and do trainers mega Pokemon.
That'd be nice.
That'd
I
be
can
cool.
see that, but I feel like you're gonna have to. Isn't it gonna be weird if you have to have the same trainer? same trainer to play the card, so I would have to.
But
be
you don't
the
want, you don't usually
recommendation.
have a bunch of megas in your deck because they're 3 prize cards. Like if they get killed, you get 3 prizes, and you have 6 prizes to start with. So if you lose all your prize cards, you're
Just trying to have that
or your
one.
opponent gets them before you, then yeah, you're. So I don't think they play the decks with too many megas. It's like one copy. Well, not one copy, but one like particular
Multiples
Pokemon,
of
maybe
one,
2, 3
maybe.
copies. You know. But yeah,
Yeah. Well,
It's
time will
interesting.
tell.
It's Terra 151, black and white, megas. Like there's so much,
it's all quick.
so
Yeah.
much going on with different gimmicks going into the same. I don't know. It's like they're
Well, I said it before. It feels like this whole one is like a recap. Like, remember Spec? Remember Trainers Pokemon? Remember
trainers as
Megas?
well. Yeah.
So it
Rocket.
does feel like they're just adding everything that they've had throughout the years in this block. Remember these old sets? There's a lot of nostalgia
So
that I feel.
Yeah, that's a good point.
that leads me to
They're
believe
just
that Gen 10 is going to be fucking something epic, right? Maybe? Because it's
unless
10.
they're expecting like demand to die by then, maybe they're just trying, like Eddie
Or
said, they're just
this was
trying
the
to
sunset.
what?
They're just trying to keep the
This
hype
was the
alive.
sunset.
Listen, no.
Possibly.
I
Maybe they're just trying to keep the hype alive.
creatively speaking, I feel that when you add all the gimmicks you had to make one big combo that showcases those gimmicks, it's the sunset. It's your last big hurrah.
I disagree.
Going.
No way.
Disney's been around for
That's
100
how-
years. And we're bigger and better.
If you're right, that's crazy. Like that, I'd be like, Baze can
Rip,
tell the
yeah.
future because
Yeah.
I just
Well,
don't see
I
that
hope not.
happening.
I hope
Well,
it's
this
not
is the
true.
thing.
Deuces.
This is the thing. I have brought up in the past how like they don't have like Ash anymore in the anime, and if the new anime doesn't last as long, like how long can it get carried? The TCG also without the anime backing it up, kind of like when we were talking about One Piece with iFOMO.
Well, Ash did it for how many years? Close
Well,
to 30.
Mario's doing it without any sort of to. They're just selling merging games, and they're doing fine. So there's still a possibility, even if they stopped, because the anime isn't as popular.
How dare you?
Oh, okay, yeah, I saw the cat up there. I was like, okay,
Yep.
that's normal.
A nice display piece.
Just 30.
Yeah.
30's a nice big round number. 10's a nice big round number. I just think we're in for something special.
I think it's what
guess.
Baze said originally. It's just there's a lot of hype and nostalgia. People like coming back in the hobby right now, and they're just trying to capitalize on that by being like, "Here's this. This is all the stuff you guys liked before," and then they're just gonna capitalize on it. Once the demand dies down, maybe into the new generation, they'll go do something else new that we haven't seen before.
But in the
I don't know.
past, have they ever done this? Because a lot of these things that are coming out, they never did it since way back in the day. Like it was a thing way back in the day and never happened, right? Ace specs, were they around for a lot of different blocks, or was it one
Just
block
one.
for a small amount of time,
Yeah.
just like now? Also, the trainers Pokemon, wasn't it like they came out and they didn't really come back unless it was like a promotional card here or there? But then we got a set that released with the trainers Pokemon.
Still gotta see Diamond and Pearl. Right? Something. I don't know. What would a new gimmick be? We've had big Pokemon, we've had different type Pokemon, we've had Mega
Terrestrial.
Pokemon that's new
Terrestrial
forms.
is one of the new
Terrastle's
ones,
not a
right?
new Pokemon though. That's just Delta species,
Well, it's,
right?
it's a gimmick though.
Right.
Like it's a new
Yeah.
mechanic.
But it's
But I think they can come up with something more original that we haven't seen
No.
before. They could do fusion. Like fusion would be like a game change. That'd be so cool.
That'd be
That'd
big,
like
yeah.
how that would change the TCG and play would be really cool. I
Yep.
think that there's an infinite. There's like so many things they could do, but
yeah. There's
I mean,
a
maybe
lot.
they're saving them.
There's a lot with Kalos
They
though.
don't have.
Go ahead.
No, I wasn't gonna say much.
I don't know. I'm just
What else could
Like-
they do, Baze?
Well, we're trying to see if they're gonna release a new Evolution this year, right? That was one of the things we've talked about before, because it is the year of the Eevee, and that was something that was floating around, wasn't it? Like we were talking,
think
there
it's
might be a
happening now,
dragon
right?
type or something.
I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
dragon or flying. I thought somebody was saying, what if they have that in the the final set this year, the high class set?
It makes sense. Oh,
That would be crazy.
I think they'd save it for
Like
10.
that'd be cool, especially with how many EVs are coming out in like China, like the sets and everything.
It makes sense. There is a lot of EV like Lucian focus.
Counting EV,
Hey,
Well,
10.
that'd be
It would
sick.
make 10 different EVs.
Yeah.
Evolutions.
It's the first Pokemon of Gen 10.
But
it would make
but
sense.
That's
Like,
not gimmick though.
I could
That's
see it being a
just
thing.
Pokemon.
No, yeah, that's not gimmick. But you could, I mean, there's so
Fusion
many.
would
What
be
other
really
gimmicks
cool.
could they do, FOMO? Fusion they could do. That's something new.
That would be the perfect time to do it right now, because they did it with Zekrom, Reshiram, and Kyurem, so it kind of is fitting.
Hmm.
Or are you talking about later?
Or maybe other
Well-
dimensional.
Just like because every generation has a gimmick, like the Terrastalized
Alright,
Crowns, the Delta
I got one.
Species, the Megas, the V Maxes.
Ancient Future. Ancient Future was
They
a
did
gimmick.
that.
Right.
Yes,
did,
and
yeah.
that was this generation. That was this generation's gimmick. That was the thing.
Well, I don't.
It was
There's
just like a
there's
3-month period, right?
6 different gimmicks got going on.
It was a lot.
Terra, Mega.
Maybe they were just testing it out.
I
Well,
wish
they
they
were
would
testing
elaborate
product.
more on that.
Base could be right. Like maybe the small period that we did have the ancient future Pokemon, it wasn't that long, right? It's like a few couple sets
Yeah.
that we had it.
2 or 3 sets.
It's
And so maybe they were testing it out to see the reception, like from people, and like, hey, maybe we'll do this in Gen 10 if it goes over well. If it doesn't, we'll think of something else. I don't know.
It would have went well
Yeah.
if they. I liked it.
But not a lot of people were receptive to it, right? Like,
It's different.
I feel like a lot of people do complain with new things that come out.
Back then
I
we
mean,
were asking
that
for something
happens.
different from all the Charizards, and then we got something different, and then nobody wanted the different thing.
Go
I
back.
remember
Where's our
that.
Charizard?
Yeah.
There's people in the chat right now. Chat,
Shout out.
give us some gimmicks that Pokemon could do
What would you like to
for the
see?
next generation.
Maybe they brought us.
Mm.
I would like to see a callback to the past, like
Ooh,
like a
I got something.
full set list of Pokemon. If they run out of ideas,
What if-
they can always do that.
What if there's a new gameplay mechanic where you could like steal your opponent's Pokemon during battle and now they're on your side?
Well, that would suck.
But that would be a crazy thing. And to counter it, you have to like build your deck around
keep-
it, change your
oh.
strategy up.
I was thinking
You know
gameplay.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. But like that could be like a new thing that they do for the TCG. Oh, due to this Pokemon's effect, you can now control this Pokemon on your opponent's side of the field, and it utilizes their field spot. They can't swap it out,
I think
so
they
it
have-
stays there and it like brings them.
I think some Pokemon does do that, or they
Do they?
maybe not. Maybe it's like they steal their attacks
feel like-
or something.
I feel like it's a Yu-Gi-Oh thing. That's
Yeah,
why
maybe.
I kind of like. Yeah. But that would be something. Or why don't they bring back the baby Pokemon again? That's another like gimmick that they had back in the day that they could kind of bring back.
Yeah, or maybe fuck.
But
I lost my train of thought.
I'm asking ChatGPT right now.
Fuck.
Oh, this is yeah, fusion.
You know what the next gimmick is? It's dark Pokemon.
I was gonna say the shadow Pokemon they have like in Pokemon Go.
Not
And
from
Colosseum.
Coliseum. Yeah,
Wait,
that's
they have it in
what I was
Pokemon Go too, right?
The Mewtwo and the
thinking.
Lugia
I didn't know that.
are the
Wait,
only shadow
but
Pokemon.
If they do that, we're reusing old gimmicks. Like this thought process as what would be a new gimmick, like a new thing they haven't done.
Oh, they've never done that before though. Not in a card.
A
Shadow?
shadow Pokemon or dark?
Never.
Just
Not in like a
jump-
set TCG set.
Just
right?
Jumbo Lugia, right?
Just the Jumbo Lugia, and that was not. I don't.
And the Mewtwo, the English version.
That Dark Lugia is not part of the Pokemon copyright, so it's as if it was created by the game company. And
Okay.
I don't know. There's a whole lore and thing behind it,
Sorry.
but that's why it never made it to Pokemon. because it was never officially Pokemon and registered in the Pokedex. Now, if they were to bring it back, because they are bringing back the concept of dark Pokemon, and they actually make that purple Lugia, I'm gonna flip.
Hopefully we'll see versus something like real. That's my one want.
Just do it.
The opposite
It's
tag
free
team.
money. Pokemon. It's free money, bro.
I know
Just
something.
do it.
I thought of it. This is a new thing they could do, and everyone's gonna hate me for saying it.
Small Pokemon.
NFTs.
Oh no.
Pokemon card NFTs. That would be brand new, and it suits the current world. That's
For the TCG,
you know
For Pokemon the
that's
company.
the thing. You pull the specific card, and now you have the NFT token that you could like redeem, and you could claim it, and it's yours.
Just keep
but it doesn't. I mean, it like affect the battling
Oh.
mechanic.
It'd be a
right?
gimmick. I'm just saying, like
Yeah,
it'd be a gimmick.
yeah, okay, yeah.
Like, because the whole thing was
They
what's a new
probably
gimmick
will
they
do
could
something like that.
They did want to do
Honestly.
NFTs. Yeah.
Oh, they did.
Oh yeah, they've been in talks about NFTs, but it's all talks.
They could do emotion type Pokemon. It says, you know how like in the game they have like their mood. If you look at like in the data of the Pokemon in the video game, like it'll have like
When
if
they're
they're happy or they're brave
Adamant,
or whatever. Yeah,
Shy,
adamant.
yeah.
So they could have like different power levels based on that or forms based on their what they are. I don't know. That's just ChatGPT's idea.
sound.
Sounds like something that they could incorporate on Champions.
Ooh,
Sound type.
Pokemon like craft types. It said like Pokemon they
Like a
gear up like
Smeargle?
machines. So you could add like different biomechanical like pieces to them.
Yeah, that
Like
would
Pokemon
be cool.
assisted by like have some armor or some shit on them.
Like a
Armored
Type
Mewtwo.
Like armored Mewtwo. Like
Yeah.
armored Mewtwo, yeah.
Dude, that
Like a
would be
Lucario,
sick.
like in
Stuff out
battle armor, it would be pretty dope.
It would be easier to get your fifth Pikachu
Sorry.
that way.
Yeah.
That would be dope.
Yeah. But besides that, like, I'm just thinking, and it's hard for to come up with like a new thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Shout out to them for keeping it up so long. That's what she said. But
I feel I feel like they have a million ideas in backlog. We were sitting here on the spot, not thinking of anything, but
Right.
they've been doing this for years, and they're like projected it out probably for. They got a bag of tricks just waiting to pull from them.
That's true.
Do you think we'll get some more interdimensional shit with like the Ultra Beasts and stuff? You think they'll ever expand on that some more?
Hell.
Because they've, I mean, no.
Hell.
Well, not. It doesn't have to be the Ultra Beasts themselves, but something. Just no. You
Keep
don't.
that shit in Sun and Moon where it belongs.
But
The only good
all
thing that
these-
came out of Sun and Moon was
Yeah.
the antagonist and that Mimikyu.
I know you watched my my timeline series that I abandoned. It's got.
Yeah.
I mean, they
Bring it
could
back.
they could go to so many different worlds and dimensions, and they could even
But,
go back to different timelines if they wanted to.
I always thought, ever since I was a kid, that
That'd
that
be
whole multiverse, multi-dimensions thing was a cheap
It's not
way
really
out.
connected, but they just adding shit as they run out, type of deal.
I hated that, and as a kid, I wasn't that smart, so it would always confuse me. Because then you have like let's say two Gokus, and I can't tell which Goku's which because I just
Yeah.
didn't put two and two together back then. So I never liked it. I kind of avoided those scenarios, but I don't think that necessarily is what I would choose. I would just choose another gimmick. More towards the armored stuff, more towards like maybe you can actually equip more than one item.
Well, check
Pokemon
this
is
out.
cool.
You guys are getting RPG like though.
Expanding.
That'd be cool,
on
though.
Sins of
It
Earth.
would, yeah, yeah.
I would have
Expanding on
leftovers
Sins
and
of Earth.
EXP share and Amulet coin on one Pokemon, so I'm getting like all this Moolah, all this XP, and I'm getting health back. Like leftovers
saying,
got me to Emerald, bro. You guys know the item leftovers?
Suit it up.
It's basically like a chewed up Appleton. It got me
Oh,
through
yeah,
the Elite
yeah.
Four. I love that thing.
Well, I was gonna
Also-
say,
Go ahead.
train of thought. I lost my train of thought right there.
No.
Variants, forms, gimmicks.
Oh no. I found it.
Three.
I found it.
Appleton.
Going back to what Merc was saying, why don't they just expand, go back to the ancient, and show us the ancient form for the lineage of every Pokemon? Go back.
That
That
would be
would be
dope.
the easiest thing. You have
They should.
over 1,000 Pokemon in the Pokedex. Some of them are excluded because they're already pertaining to the ancient Pokemon since they got showcased to us. But now, with all the rest of them who have nothing to do with the lineage of the Pokemon that have been showcased, what was their early form like?
Yeah.
What did they evolve from? You get me? You could go back to an arc way back in the day. Pokemon without trainers battling against each other. You could have a gameplay mechanic where like they battle and like there's no stadiums or there's nothing to add to the Pokemon. It's sheer power that overcomes the battle. And I don't know. You could do weird stuff. You know what I mean?
I'm wondering how because the anime would kind of want to follow along, right? So I'm thinking like, because they've already been to Lockwood, which is like the ancient place that they've been looking for, so they kind of closed the circle on that. But I'm like, and she got closure from her whoever he was to her, but so the circle was closed. So I'm wondering if they could reopen the loop, but they would really have no reason to. But they still have the turtle with them, so there's something. They're going to Kalos. There's Mega Stones. They've got the Terra Turtle. So something weird's gonna happen. So, and I'm wondering if that's gonna lead to this new generation of whatever we get. But who the fuck knows, right? Because Pokemon. I'll drink some tea.
And then, so in the anime, they already explored the ancient and they explored the future Pokemon as well.
On the Japanese side, not the. I guess English hasn't released yet, but yeah, they've.
Okay.
They found the place they were looking for. They talked to the guy. He disappeared with the other guy, and they kind of closed the circle on that a little bit. So.
But when they went to that place, and I didn't watch it, so I'm just going based on like no information here. But when they went to that place and they come across those paradox Pokemon, right?
There's only a
was
couple
there
of them.
anything mentioned? What? All right, I was gonna say, is there anything mentioned? This is it. There's only these. This is all that exists. There's only like 20, and this is our Pokédex. Or they just mention Pokemon in general and just talk about it.
Just
as a species.
There's Gouging Fire, Screamtail. I don't know if there was anything else, but I think that might have been it. Like Lucian's Entei, something. I'm surprised they didn't add him to a trainer card. They're all the bad guys. We haven't seen them yet either. What was I grabbing? Oh.
Yeah, because I feel like if they just referred to Pokemon as a species, then they could potentially do this. Show us the lineage of all the Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
And show us all the Pokemon that went extinct, all the Pokemon that didn't make it. This is the Pokemon that was a paradox Pokemon that existed back then, but it died out. There was a big war, and this is one of the casualties. This whole Pokemon was wiped out during like the Poke Wars or something. Like that would be
like
something
fossil
pretty crazy.
Pokemon, like Aerodactyl and Kabutops. You have to get them from a fossil.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. How did they all die? Oh, well, this is what happened, and that's why whenever you come across these fossils, it's all based off of this single event that pertained to them all. That would be cool.
Tell us how they went from
Pokemon,
because
Big
I'm
Bang.
assuming if we go back that far, they didn't have Pokeballs back then. So
Well, they had those.
what were they doing?
The wooden.
But that was we're
Yeah,
talking about
right.
far back, right?
Well, you could go far enough back to where Pokemon didn't have trainers, right? Where Pokemon were just wild beasts. And you could focus on the story of domesticating the Pokemon at that
Like
point.
the first person
What
to
was
catch a Pokemon.
Exactly. First interaction. Maybe
Oh
the
my
first
god,
Pokemon.
that'd be crazy.
What if the first Pokemon saved a human that was about to die and it befriended him? And they had a good symbiotic relationship, but another human went and took advantage of that relationship and they abused the
Rocket.
power of that Pokemon. And then, yep, you already know.
That's why Mew is so standoffish to everyone, because he got wronged in a past life. Oh, there we go.
Yep.
The ancient Mew.
That-
Woo!
That
We're
was
getting somewhere,
good.
boys. We're putting
Yeah.
it together.
Every set, yeah, the TCG has like an ancient
Mm.
Mew looking card. Yeah, the first base set of whatever they come out with.
Well,
Kinda
I
cool.
mean, there's an ancient Mew, ancient version.
Oh,
But don't say
ancient
for
Mew
every
Mew,
Pokemon though.
way back
That would be
then,
sick, though.
they already thought about ancient
Special set
Pokemon.
full of purple cards. Yeah,
Hieroglyphics on it.
that'd be sick. You guys want to call it?
Yeah.
It's usually, yeah. All right.
Yep.
All right, Phil. Everybody in chat. Anybody? Anybody? All right.
Thank you, everyone, for coming by.
Alright.
Enjoyed it, Phil.
We should be returning next week, Saturday, 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, as long as everybody shows up on time. And by everyone, I mean me. Sorry for being late today again.
Oh no, there's no tardiness. But I appreciate everybody being here, guys. I love you.
Next time we start the live when we just start.
Yeah. Just hop in.
Just start chatting.
Wasted our
Because we got
conversation.
into something spicy. I can't remember what it was. So, I called the boom. Another boom. We'll keep that for the next one.
Okay.
Wait,
Game
Peace
on.
out.
Give him a
Have a
preview.
good one.